Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coop.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nest.
Well, a heartbreaker today. Canadian women's hockey team getting silver after almost pulling off the massive upset against the American team. United States taking it in overtime. They tied it with the goalie pulled for an extra attacker with just over 2 minutes left in the third, and then won it in overtime. So the heavily favored Americans do win it. Jay, for a lot of that game, it was going as we hoped it would go.
Yes.
Keep the score down. Defend your butts off, which I thought they were doing. I mean, Canada was getting 5 players back, taking away the slot, keeping the States to the outside, committing with blocking shots. They got the shorthanded goal, trying to hang on. Had a power play with about 6 minutes left in the third. Couldn't extend the lead. That was a little disappointing. And then the U.S. gets a nice deflection, 6-on-5. I've seen a lot of stuff already online, and I'm gonna push back on something a little bit here, because I feel like Canada loses a game like this, and let's face it, we've talked about it throughout this tournament. Megan Mickelson was on the show yesterday, an alum of the Canadian women's national team, played in numerous world championships, played in 3 Olympics, and she said it. The gap's never been wider. She said it's possible for Canada to win, but she said the gap has never been wider. And Canada played exactly, in my mind, exactly how they needed to play. I mean, of course, yes, this could have happened. This could have happened. I mean, it's like I said yesterday, give Slovakia credit how they played against the Canadian men. Give the Canadian women credit. I'm just going to read this one tweet, and I'm not picking on this one guy necessarily, but I follow him on Twitter. I mean, he's got tens of thousands of followers. He's covered the Montreal Canadiens. He does a lot of things with scouting and younger players. His name's Grant McKegg. I think I've interviewed him in the past, but I'm just going to pick out his tweet because it struck me.
Okay.
He says, "Well, that was disappointing. Safe is death, and you couldn't play any safer than Canada did with the lead. Icing the puck at every opportunity, dumping it in every rush, even on the PP. Did not for a minute feel like they were going to win that game with their approach." I'm like, how sour do you have to be to post that? Like, give me a break.
Okay.
They tried to play the way they needed to play to win. And they got 2 minutes away from it, and they couldn't finish it. And then they couldn't finish it in overtime against an American team that, quite frankly, I thought was flirting with disaster. Like, give America credit for playing with aggression and reckless abandon in overtime. I mean, Canada had a breakaway, had a 2-on-1. We're inches away from a couple other 2-on-1s. I find that to be, and I've seen a little bit of that sentiment on social media, which is not the be all and end all, but that actually irritates me. They couldn't play run and gun with the United States.
No,
they couldn't say, you know what, let's see what we can do. They had a game plan. They committed to it. I thought they played extremely hard, extremely committed. And okay, sure, yeah, it would have been nice to get that second goal. Okay, they couldn't. I mean, the States tied it with the goalie out.
Yeah,
there actually wasn't a 5-on-5 goal in that game. So I think that's a very half-empty. I mean, I get what Grant and other people are saying, but that's a very half-empty approach to me and takes away from how hard the Canadian women played today and how close they came to winning in regulation.
And a game of which nobody thought Canada had a chance, except probably people that live in Canada. But, for the last, 7 games, the U.S. has dominated Team Canada. So what else would you expect Team Canada to do? What would you expect that team to do when they're halfway through the third period, holding on to a 1-0 lead, which they shouldn't have had, or at least by everyone outside that locker room. What do you expect them to do? Of course, that was part of their game plan, I'm sure. I'm sure they were being instructed. Just get the puck the hell out of the zone. Get it out. Get it out. And they did have some good chances, Reid. That power play you alluded to, I mean, they had a grade A shot right from the slot, right? Sure, it would have been nice to have gotten that 2-goal cushion. That would have changed a lot. But, I mean, so are you pushing back on the tone or the lack of awareness from that tweet? Situational
I guess
awareness.
more on the tone.
Okay.
I mean, and I'm just picking, and I won't even use the gentleman's name again. He's an established guy in the hockey world, as doing media and broadcasting stuff. But I'm just saying, okay, you play that game, it's just like, well, I never thought they were going to win. They played like a bunch of babies. No, they didn't.
Right.
They played their butts off. They represented the country very well. They represented the hockey program very well.
Well, what were the final shots on net? Were neck and neck.
Yeah,
for the entire game. I mean, if maybe the U.S. had a few more, high danger chances, but I mean, Canada they played their butts off. That would be a deflating. I mean, losing any gold medal games is quite deflating.
Would we be as down if it would have been 5-1?
That tweet would not have happened. Let's put it that way. It would have been, well, the U.S. dominates again.
Or people like that would be saying, well, Canada tried to outscore the States instead of trying to play a more responsible checking game.
Yeah.
Well, what do I always say? If you don't win, you can't win.
Yeah.
But I just think, now I know we're going to analyze it. I mean, Perry Pearn's going to talk to us about it a little bit later on. I'm just saying in the moments after that game, to come out and say, well, they never had a chance. Screw off, they never had a chance. They were up 1-0 with 2 minutes to 2:04 left or whatever. It was 3-on-3 overtime. They had a breakaway. It was a split second of the stick being in the hands of the shooter longer from being a penalty shot or a power play to win gold. I mean, it's just, I mean, what, the Super Bowl was a week and a half ago? Like, it's one thing to say, well, the Patriots never really had a chance, even when they got to 19-7 or whatever it was. That, like, the game wasn't close.
Right.
But to sit there and say a team that had a 1-0 lead for half the game and still got it into overtime, well, they never have a chance because they're playing too safe. Give me a break. It's because they were playing that style, whether you want to call it safe or responsible or whatever. It's because they were playing like that they almost won.
Well, and to their credit, it was working. Until the U.S. pulled their goaltender. I mean, that dump out, that defensive responsibility, you saw all of the Canadian forwards coming back. And to be honest, that overtime, we were watching that, and both of us noted how aggressive the Americans were forechecking in that 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Like, that could have easily gone the other way. It didn't. But, maybe in the overtime, you could say that what are the Americans going to do?
In the overtime, the American skill and assertiveness paid off. Yeah. I mean, they were sending the forechecker right in below the icing line. Like, if Canada was trying to reset behind the net, they didn't give Canada a chance to breathe. And they were the better team in overtime.
Yes.
So, sure, I guess you could say, well, safe as death. But if Canada springs for a 2-on-1 in overtime and wins it, then it's going to be, well, why is the U.S. making a low percentage forecheck? I mean, yes, outcomes matter. I get it. I just think to suggest that, as that tweet from that person suggested, well, I knew Canada was never going to win. Really? Come on.
It almost sounds like somebody that thought Canada was going to get blown out of the water, then thought, holy smokes, they could probably do this, and then was pissed off with the way that that game finished because, prevent defense, prevents you from winning, yada, yada, yada. Sure. I just think that they were trying their best to hold on. Ultimately, that didn't go their way. Yeah. Beautiful tip by Hillary Knight to send it to overtime.
And here's, again, we always say there's two teams out there. I mean, Canada was dumping the puck in. Well, they're getting pressured from an American team that's trying to steal the puck. Like, what are we talking about Bouchard all the time? Why is he dangling a guy at center ice when he can just dump it in? Well, that's how the Canadians were playing. Do risk versus reward.
Yes.
Get it behind their net. Don't risk a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1 by trying to make a fancy play in the neutral zone.
Exactly.
So, yeah, was it safe? Okay, sure. But as the third period went on, don't you want to play a little bit safe? Don't you want to make sure you're making a responsible play and not giving up any free scoring opportunities?
Especially when the Americans were clearly pushing.
Right.
I mean, they found another gear, which I don't think anybody would be surprised. So, yeah, you're hanging on. It happens in any sport.
But I'm also saying, I mean, look, it's Canadian hockey. We're passionate about it. And, hey, we work in jobs where we analyze and sometimes overanalyze things. So I'm not saying I'm innocent of even the criticism I'm levying to that person and some other people that I've seen. But, like, take a moment after the game.
Sure.
And maybe say, yeah, hell of a game, hell of an effort by the Canadian women. They committed to the style that they thought would win them the game. I wouldn't have played it that safe, but hey, it almost worked for them.
Sure.
Then you can kind of maybe be a little bit critical if you feel you need to be. But I just think you're almost demeaning them in an overtime gold medal game. Like,
when, I mean, nobody thought they'd have a chance being in that game.
yeah,
Kudos. Stick taps.
yeah.
That was a hell of a game. We sat there in silence for probably 3 to 4 minutes after.
Yeah.
And I mean, the emotions that come over you when you're watching that, and especially when it's to the Americans, I mean, it's just, that is the beauty of sports, but soak it in. And then what's the first thing we say when we finally broke the silence? That was a hell of a game.
Yeah. Like, what if I would have come on yesterday and would have been like, Slovakia thought they could stand up to Canada? Like, I would have sounded like an idiot.
You would have sounded like a pompous, arrogant prick.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
They were toying with
Slovakia thought you could just knock Crosby out of the game and still win. We don't realize there's other good players on our team. That's kind of the tone of I saw from that guy and other people on Twitter today. I know in that women's tournament, it's kind of like it feels like you're first or you're last because it's Canada and the U.S. I feel no shame in how Canada played today.
No.
None. I mean, 3-on-3 overtime. States had to pull their goalie and get a great tip to get it in. So anyway, who did I say? Slovakia, Czechia. They played yesterday. I'm having trouble with the countries throughout the course of the tournament. I'm not going to.
Oh, you're not the only one.
I've called Italy, Switzerland. I think I called France, Japan. I've been a little bit all over the map.
They're the same.
Yeah. Who did they play yesterday?
Who?
Czechia.
Czechia.
Canada played Czechia.
Yes.
Is that right?
Sure. Yes.
Yes.
Seems like it was a long time ago already.
Don't stop.
Yeah, so if I would have come out and said, oh, Czechia thought they could body check Canada and get us off our game, it's idiots. Like, it's a hell of a hockey game.
They sound like
Czechia was like
whiny
minutes
brat.
away from winning. Like, yeah, incredible stuff. All right, we're happy to hear from you. 780-218-9999 is how you text us. The River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Don't forget, coming up on March 7th from Jersey Shore, DJ Pauly D performing at the venue at River Cree. On March 19th, you got the Baddest Show on Earth tour, which George Thorogood and the Destroyers. Check out all the shows. Find out how you get your tickets. rivercreeresort.com. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com, and you can chat with us and make fun of my lack of being able to remember who's playing who. That's already going on in the nasty chat on YouTube.
Do you find that with this Olympic stuff, because we're not used to having live sports on while we're prepping for our show.
No, it's cool.
I agree, though. It is giving me a bit of pretzel brain.
Really?
Like, I don't know what day it is. I know what time it is because that's when our show starts. But I don't know what day it is, and I don't know where I parked my car.
Well, luckily our parking lot is not large, so we're good there.
Good luck finding it later.
If you are taking us in on YouTube today, now, first of all, there's the audio streaming apps, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. You know what it's exactly like? It's exactly like listening to a radio station, but it's on your phone.
Say what?
Oh, a lot of you already listen to radio stations on your phone. So again, I'm just going to say this because I'm a little ornery today. I don't like hearing from people, oh, I could never understand how to listen to you guys. Oh, what time do you tape your podcast? Somebody said that to me earlier today or earlier this week. I was like, well, actually, I do a live talk show on a station that does 12 hours of live program every day. You can get it as a podcast after the fact. So anyway, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, great apps. And if you are on YouTube, subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't already, and click the thumbs up button for this show.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right. We want to get to 100 thumbs. We did yesterday. I think we can do it again today. So do not be a pleasure delayer, though. Get in there and click. All right. We got somebody else here standing by to bring us the afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today.
This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Our plucky Canadian gals gave the Yankee lasses all they could handle. The last time I felt this heartbroken, I'd stayed up all night listening to country music. So Paul Coffey is back on the Locals coaching staff. What other alumni are standing by? Hey, Jason Milne, is that Keith Acton in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Canada goes for gold in men's pebble after beating Norway in 11. I took my brother-in-law to curling once. He kept trying to bet on red. I'm Chet Palmer.
Keith Acton. Wow. That was a deep pull there, Chet.
Keith Acton was on Aiken's staff, wasn't he?
Wow. Why is this the country music getting dumped on, Chet? That's the thing. Like, not all country music is downtrodden, low down. Give me a shot of scotch. I'm depressed. What's the hate about? Don't me, Coob. Like, country music, some of it is.
I don't think Chet's ever taken a shot at country music before.
No, I feel like why today?
He probably listens to some really old
maybe
school.
some old stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe some
Is there a
Loretta
song
Lynn.
called Heartbreaker?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of songs called
But I mean a
Heartbreaker.
big country song.
Well, some of it's quite joyful, but
I bet it could be.
yeah, that's just Chet's stance. I am surprised with the Keith Acton callback there. Well done, Chet.
Yeah. Well, he knows the stuff. Absolutely. We got a fun Oilers topic coming up for you in the Oil Understood for ZCL Diesel. We're going to give you the opportunity to put together your own all-time special teams units from all the Oilers in history. Well, we'll tease it now. Give us a power play 1, power play 2, PK 1, and PK 2. You can mix and match from any era in Oilers history. And Jay and I have ours. So you can actually already start sending those in or dive into it deeper. Or
just start thinking about it.
Start thinking about it. Yeah, start thinking about it, and then you could submit them a little bit later on. We also have, now Jay and I were laughing about this earlier, just talking about ideas. So hopefully this inspires you to get involved in the show as well. It's our world-famous off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. We want you to create your own biathlon, so to speak, by combining Olympic sports.
Yes.
So it can either be sort of a biathlon where it's like you do this and you do this, or combine Olympic sports in some way. Okay, and it can be summer or winter. So here's my idea, and you help me with this one a little bit. It's a 3-point shooting competition, but the shooters are on horseback. Maybe they have to do a dressage or take the horse through a bit of an obstacle course, shoot. And so I guess you would get points for
Technique,
your time,
and then score.
Right.
So your riding capability, your overall time to get through the course.
And then maybe if you made a shot, it would take 3 seconds off your time.
But
right?
you can go for the layup, or you can shoot the 2-pointer.
Or maybe there's
layups
different stations you shoot from. Yeah.
Layups 1 point. Foul line extended is 2 points. 3-point line is 3 points.
Yeah, and you got to go through a course,
So
or
you
maybe
could
do a little jump.
Yeah.
It could be the obstacles too.
I stayed in the biathlon lane,
Okay.
but instead of you're skiing and then you get off and shoot, but it's not a gimmicky gun. It's not a. Like this might be a 22 long, something that can kill
Jeez.
some sort of a bird,
Okay.
or like I was thinking pheasants, maybe chickens. So you have to shoot and kill a chicken and or pheasant, whatever the Olympic Committee thought. You have to retrieve said animal.
What about the doves that get released during the opening ceremony?
Well, yeah.
Hey, whatever happens to those things?
Pew pew. Then you have to prepare it.
Oh, jeez.
So you have a timed event with the skiing. You shoot your chicken.
Right.
You pluck it. You prep it. You put it in the roaster. And then you go for another lap. And when you come back, you have to serve. So there's a combination of judges here. Well, actually, no, there's not. The only judges would be food judges. It would be like, chefs, world-class chefs that judge your food. And then the time is what the time is.
That's interesting.
Right?
That's a good one.
Now, you could have aerial animals, which would be higher points.
Right.
Or you could have stationary.
So there'd be a degree of difficulty to how hard is it to kill and then
Yes.
prepare your animal.
Bingo.
Right. Okay.
Well, and do you have to prepare it in the same way? Like each animal has a set preparation or meal that you have to make out of it?
Yeah, you just need to use the oven. You can bring, and whatever you fit on your person is going to weigh you down in terms of ingredients and spices.
Wow.
So that's going to slow you down on the course. So you can go plain, or you can bring all the spices you want. It's just going to weigh you down a bit.
Right.
So a cooking biathlon would be fun.
That's a pretty good idea.
We had talked about another one. It was slalom.
Okay. So, or there's some sort of downhill element. So there's cross country skiing. And then you coast down, like not downhill, but down a slope where your speed is still under control, but you can take your ski poles
Yes.
and put them in a pack or something. And then you have a bow and arrow. And that's how you have to shoot at the targets as you're sliding downhill.
And balloons that would explode
yeah,
with
balloons,
color.
some would be worth more
So
points
you
than
know
other.
they'd be hit. Yeah, you could have balloons at different distances.
Right.
And you could choose your own adventure.
Right.
And obviously, the further the distance, the higher
And they'd
the score.
explode like a gender reveal.
Yes.
The dye, the powder would go all over the place. Yeah.
Now we're
That's
talking.
magnificent. I was thinking on the line of they had skateboarding in the Summer Olympics last time around, but to mix that with gymnastics as well. So almost where you have to hit a trick on a flat spot and then go down a rail or off a box or something like that and do, say, 2 tricks. Then you hit off of a ramp and you either go on a pole or
The uneven
something
bars.
like that. Yeah,
Right into
yeah.
the uneven bars.
Exactly. And then you do a flip. So it's timed. You're also judged on the effort you put into the tricks on the skateboard and how well you execute it. And then the flips as well and the land.
I think a lot of things you could add as well. Like you could add shooting to
Anything.
It's just anything.
Skateboarding and shoot.
You imagine you're losing and you have to shoot the gates so you can get through.
Yes, bobsled.
You gotta,
but the brake man doubles as the gunman.
right. And if
The
he
bat in
doesn't,
the back.
and the target lifts up a
Yep.
trap door so you can keep going.
Yes.
Otherwise, you crash into it.
Now we're thinking.
Oh my goodness! All right, so
We haven't even scraped, the surface on summer, really, other than the Olympic and
well,
skating.
my equestrian. I guess my basketball
Equestrian,
equestrian is. Dan says downhill moguls in an ice hill wearing figure skates while shooting at other participants. Oh, jeez.
Wow. But it's like Nerf guns, so.
Yeah, a lot of people are combining shooting.
Well, did you
This
guys
is a
as-
good one
as
here
well.
from Laser Guy that comes in on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can send in your suggestions, 780-218-9999. Good idea, Glue Guy, but I think the contestant should eat the chicken and go for a second lap. Like, so now you could also tag off and say, okay, you have a chef now
Right.
that cooks the chicken and prepares it. You hand off the supplies and then you go for another lap, but you have to be done cooking the chicken by the time your partner's done the second
Oh,
lap.
nice. Okay. Yeah. A lot, like, do these sound any weirder than some of the sports we have? I don't know.
Mountaineering, that one.
Mountaineering,
Like-
the way you explained it,
It wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be.
kind of.
No,
If
it
that's what
wasn't
we were
real.
watching.
The fact that there were stairs pre-made for them to climb up.
I thought they were actually going to be climbing, like
climb a mountain.
ice wall climbing.
There's the mountain.
Yeah.
Get to the top of it and ski down.
Ski down.
You have to touch a button on the top of it and then ski down. The first one back wins.
Yeah, I thought it would be something crazy like that, going through trees and such. And the one thing that I noticed, so the biggest thing from the mountaineering final is that they don't have real guns anymore when they say 3, 2, 1, and they fire it off for the start of the race. It's just a simulated gun that makes the noise.
You didn't honestly think
they're still using
shooting
real guns.
real guns.
They sound real. Why make the gun sound if you're not
They've
going
been
to shoot
using
a real gun?
blanks for quite a while.
But it wasn't even like a fake gun. It was, it looked like a Nerf gun.
I know the one
It's
you're
just like
talking
an
about.
MP3 of a gunshot?
It looks like a gun. Who are the white bad guys in Star Wars?
The stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers. Those guys. You know their guns. That's what it looks. I was at the running room games at the Butterdome last week, and this guy had some like cyborg looking gun, but it makes a starter's pistol sound.
But it's an MP3.
But they're not shooting holes into the roof of the Butterdome.
No.
Well,
They
that's
stopped
a
doing
bit
that in the
different,
80s.
though. But yeah, but they're outside. They have the space.
Cuba,
I don't think they've fired real
fired
bullets to start a race
bullets.
for quite a while.
Oh, what?
Yeah. If ever.
I was the dad that would do the joke when every time the starter's gun would go, I'd go, oh! Somebody's got to do it in the crowd.
Yeah.
All right. Keep your submissions coming in. VR Montenegro says bobsleigh jump. That'd be pretty fun. 780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Again, if you have us on YouTube, do not be a pleasure delayer. Give us the thumbs up as soon as you can. Let's see how quickly we can get to 100. Also, hit the share button. And send the show link off to somebody else to get them involved via email or text. Perry Pearn's going to join us a little bit later on to talk some Olympic hockey. We'll have the oil understood for GCL Diesel. We do have a comment or two from Chris Knobloch from after practice today that we'll dive into, and Jay's play of the day involves Canada-Finland. Here comes the Coop.
Canada's Brad Jacobs will face Britain Saturday in the men's curling final after getting past Norway 5-4 in extras. And to the women's rink, Rachel Homan's crew draws Sweden after defeating Korea 10-7 earlier today. That's for the women's curling semis. To women's hockey, Canada had to settle for silver following a 2-1 overtime loss to the Americans. Megan Keller scoring the game-winning goal for Team USA. Christian O'Neill, the only marker for Canada. Elsewhere, 3 Canadians have qualified for the women's halfpipe freestyle skiing final. Rachel Carker, Amy Fraser, and Cassie Sharp will hit the slopes for that Saturday. During qualifications today, Sharp crashed on her second run, taking off the slopes on a sled. Sharp is stable, awaiting evaluation from medical staff. Back in North America, the Raptors, they tip off with the Bulls out in Chi-Town. 6 o'clock start for that with 9 other games around the association. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Their in-house team handles everything from selections to completions, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit their showroom open 7 days a week or find them at paramountflooring.ca. The Reid Wilkins Show continues after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
Is Olympic gold bigger than a Stanley Cup?
That's a good question. For me personally, no. But I grew up in North America. I mean, even if you ask some of the Swedish players, Finnish players, Czech players, they might look at as Olympic gold more important because that's what they grew up thinking about a lot of the time. But I'm going to hire it.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Looking by Texas, ain't nobody beat
Hear the story of Waylon Jennings through story, song, and multimedia performance March 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our espresso martinis and our cracked pepper and sea salt dry ribs. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada ski cross racer Reese Howden.
Being able to represent a country that has done everything to support my dreams is unreal. To stand on the podium and represent Canada, I don't take it for granted at all.
Sentinel Storage, proud partner of Team Canada.
Well, he's one of Canada's all-time great broadcasters, at least in my mind. So it doesn't surprise me that he comes up with something this clever. James Duthie posting this on X within the last hour. New census data says Canada's population has aged 17 years in the last 24 hours. That's good.
That's good.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's been a tense. I don't know.
Well, yesterday, I was all over the place.
Yesterday was intense, yeah.
And then we had a dramatic curling game today as well. So Canada, this is the men's team with St. Albert's Mark Kennedy, beating Norway in 11.
He's a big FU guy.
Well, not in this game.
Not in this game.
It was all singles, and then Norway got 2 in the 10th. And then Canada won it in the 11th with the hammer. Actually, they didn't even have to throw their last rock. Canada set it up very well.
With a great shot to lead into it by Mark Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy was a big part of that. Jacobs as well. And then Norway had to try kind of a difficult, what was it, like kind of an angled double?
Yeah.
And they couldn't.
It was a raise to try and knock out Canada's shot rock and replace it with theirs, which would have been a hell of a shot.
Yeah.
But it didn't come to fruition.
Yeah, didn't work. So Canada gets the win. So Canada versus Great Britain, Saturday, 11 a.m. for men's curling gold. Women's semifinal, Canada-Sweden, is at 6 a.m. tomorrow. You know what, Jay? I feel kind of silly here because we've been very careful to make sure we have the right times and make sure we're always giving mountain time so people know. So, for example, the Hockey Canada website has the hockey schedule, but the default is Eastern time.
Sure.
Okay, we do that all the time in this country. We convert from Eastern time.
We're used to it.
We're used to it, so 2 hours. I went to the actual Olympic website, automatically converts it to your time zone.
Oh.
Yes, I checked because I was looking at the times and I was like,
is that what cookies do?
I guess.
Like, honestly, every flipping website I go to now, it says, do you want to enable cookies?
You want your cookies everywhere, baby.
Like, I guess if it's for, wonderful service like this, then give me all the cookies you want.
Or if it looks at your Google account and says, oh, your home time zone is this, right?
Yeah. Like, what a misleading name Cookies is.
Well, it should be crumbs, really.
Yeah, it should be like,
Bread
we're watching
crumbs.
you. We're watching you, Cookies. Isn't that what Cookies do? They allow the website to know who you are and where you're logging in from or where you're joining from. Is that what Cookies do?
Probably that helps. I don't know. Coob knows.
I mean, cookies. I don't know.
I mean, I like eating cookies. I don't really know what they mean. I usually I say
You're
no.
young. You're supposed to know what
Only
cookies
essential
are.
cookies, okay? But every cookie to me is essential if I get to eat it. Apparently, though, I mean, it keeps users logged in, so you can remember shopping cart items, saving website preferences. So it would, I guess, be time. I mean, it's just a bunch of back-end things.
Well, you can have
Personalization for sure.
You can have a location thing on your computer, right?
Sure.
So a website would know where you are.
So why do what enhances the website by them applying cookies to my visit?
Advertising. So they'll give you ads that are more set for you.
Because they know what I've been looking at.
Exactly. They
And
track
it happens
everything.
quickly.
I may not like these cookies.
So I was telling you on a holiday Monday on Family Day, I wound up having to go buy a new cupboard.
Yes.
That I use kind of for as a pantry type thing. And so I Googled some things and ordered something online and went and picked it up. Boy, oh boy, did my phone ever know that.
Isn't that?
Oh yeah, now when you're on,
because
you're on
you have location
Instagram and
settings on.
every 3 or 4 actual posts that you look at, then all of a sudden there's an ad. Now it's like, hey Reid, do you want this cupboard? Oh, look at the shelves on this cupboard.
Ugh.
Oh, this is on sale if you order this. So that would go away after a while.
It'll take a bit. Well, don't talk about it too close to your phone, guys.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Well, technology, God bless it.
Yep.
Great Britain finished the round robin 5-4. Like they were not a great curling team throughout the round robin. That was a massive upset of Switzerland today.
Oh, because Switzerland hadn't lost, right?
9-0.
Right.
So,
but I think Great Britain is ranked very high in the world rankings, aren't they?
we looked at it before.
Yeah, we were looking at that before. World curling. Okay, this is the world curling team rankings. Bruce Mowat is ranked number 1 in the world curling rankings. The world curling tour. Or no, world curling team rankings. Bruce Mowat, Switzerland number 1. Jacobs is ranked number 5.
Okay.
So anyway, it's going to be a great game. Well, hopefully Mark Kennedy brings home the gold. Our off-topic topic for William Huff: create a new biathlon or something like that by combining 2 Olympic sports.
Chris Purpurse is surfing and shooting?
I feel like it's just going to be a lot of
adding shooting.
What's an awkward, because skiing, like cross country skiing and shooting, pretty under control. No, they stopped to shoot.
Yes,
but even if they shot while they were somehow cross country skiing, I guess that'd be hard to do with 2 hands. But you're still kind of under control. I think people are just going to introduce things with more and more speed and a gun.
That's the way it is, I guess. The real Slim Davy says speed skate jumping. You need to do laps around the rink like speed skating, but on your final lap, you take an exit of sorts that leads to an ice ramp, and you jump like ski jumping. You are judged on a combination of your time and distance.
That's a great idea.
That's a good one.
And quite frankly, I could almost see that happening.
Well, maybe. Big Dave says doubles luge, except the track slides directly into a pool, and then you have to do a synchronized swimming routine.
That is incredible.
That is good.
That is incredible.
Can you imagine if it just the sled just you buckle or whatever, and the sled hits like a stopper, and you just slingshot into the pool, and that's the start of your routine.
Music starts. Yeah,
and then when you come up,
that is a great idea. That is a marvelous idea.
This texter, no name, probably for the better.
Oh, no.
He says, hi, Reid and Jay. I know what you mean about those cookies. My phone is being completely bombarded with scantily clad women, and I don't know why.
Yeah, why would that be happening? Why would that be happening? Yeah.
Cookies. I don't know what cookies are.
This message also would have applied yesterday, because our off-topic topic yesterday was what's the most nervous you've ever been watching a hockey game? Big Hunt 450 says that OT was so frickin' bad, my wife and I said just put us out of our misery at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before, but I'd imagine there's some people that are just they prefer to not watch it.
You can't take
just because it's too high stress.
I'm not like that, but because I want to see it. But it was a bummer when that American goal went in.
Yeah, it was a buzzkill. Aiden says in the nasty chat, always said that Red Bull crashed ice should be an Olympic sport. You would think it would be.
Well, it's no more extreme than some of the other things they do.
Right. Like skateboarding's in the Olympics, isn't it? So why would
the short track speed skating has collisions and danger? Yeah.
Freestyle skating, they could call it.
Yeah.
They should bring back snow dance. You remember that?
I think it was only an exhibition sport, but yeah.
Well, they should include it again.
Why not?
The outfits, the twirling, and it was always on this semi-sloped hill. You'd really have to navigate
so they could
your
glide
way down.
a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. If you look on YouTube.
You know way more about that than I thought you would, by the way.
Oh, it's come up on my, probably because of cookies. I do like ice dance.
You're Googling.
Yeah.
Oh, my. All right, we got 50 thumbs on YouTube. If you're on our YouTube channel and you haven't given the show a thumbs up, give us a click. And remember, just one click. They only allow you one click per account. So if you hit it multiple times, you might cancel out your thumbs. So click the thumbs up and then click the share button and get the show off to somebody else. We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio during every Oilers game day, and we're going to have one next Wednesday. The Canadian Brewhouse is your hockey headquarters. Enter to win Oilers home game tickets and sip $1 off tankards of Molson Canadian and Coors Light. That is only at the Brewhouse. Jay's play of the day coming up. Here's Coob.
Canada's Brad Jacobs will face Britain Saturday in the men's curling final after getting past Norway 5-4 in extras. To the women's rink, Rachel Homan's crew draws Sweden tomorrow in the semis following a 10-7 victory against Korea. And to women's hockey, Canada had to settle for silver following a 2-1 overtime loss to the Americans. Megan Keller scoring the game-winning goal. Christian O'Neill, the only marker for Canada. And during women's half-pipe freestyle skiing qualifications, Cassie Sharp crashed on her second run, being taken off the slopes on a sled. She awaits evaluation from medical staff. Back in North America, the Raptors tip off with the Bulls at 6, 9 other games around the association. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
For Knobloch, he was with them last year, and then he's gone, and now you're going to Knobloch saying, hey, man, we're going to put Koff back on the bench because we don't believe in you. And honestly, you can paint this picture however you want. This is an ultimate vote of lack of confidence in Chris Knobloch. I mean, it just is.
You didn't think he was on a hot seat before?
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Looking by Texas, ain't nobody feel no pain.
Hear the story of Waylon Jennings through story, song, and multimedia performance March 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino.
The only way they know how.
Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Oh, we're here. All right, hope everybody's having a great day. Tough one for the Canadian women. Silver medal overtime loss to the United States in the gold medal game. 8:40 tomorrow morning. Canada and Finland in the men's semi. I'm actually off tomorrow, so I think I can. I got some things planned in the afternoon, but I think I can watch that one relatively distraction-free. What about where are you going to be?
Well, I guess I'll have to leave early because I'm on the Hangout tomorrow. So we'll be watching that live on the Hangout. Nice. But I want to get here for game time. So I'll just leave earlier.
Yeah. Right on.
Is
Iwanek in for me tomorrow?
Iwanek is in for you tomorrow. We're going to have fun. We're going to obviously recap Canada, Finland. I'm going to do Benny's blind rankings myself.
Oh, wow.
To Koob and Matt.
No, I don't think we've ever tried that with somebody else as the moderator for what Benny does.
Benny's
very good at it.
Benny's good. I just want to try be as good as Ben. I've got an idea right now that I'm kicking around in my head.
Okay.
Might pertain. We'll see how the game goes tomorrow, but it might pertain to something that might happen on Sunday. Don't want to talk about things that haven't happened yet.
Okay, good stuff.
But we're gonna have fun tomorrow. It'll be a good show.
All right, awesome stuff.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta, you can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today, deposit $50. And go look for the promo codes that they have going on and fly away from there, playalberta.ca as well. And, of course, every day, Mr. Milne has his play of the day.
Okay, we're going to tomorrow. We're going to the Olympic semifinal, Canada, Finland. Reid, how do you feel about this game? What do you think?
I expect them to be difficult, as you know.
Well, they probably should be.
They should be.
Do you think they have the same ability to kind of flip the script like Czechia did?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But Canada's also very good.
And they just got out of that one by the hair of their chinny chin chin, which, as Megan Mickelson said yesterday, is probably a good learning experience for them.
Mm-hmm.
I like Canada to win tomorrow, so I put together a little bit of a parlay.
Oh, nice.
Canada to win. Canada, the pretzel brain. McDavid over 1.5. So McDavid 2 or more points.
Okay.
He's averaging 2.75 points per game.
Right. He finally didn't have a 3-point game yesterday.
There you go. Cale Makar, who I was talking to YouTube Trev about this earlier, has had a bit of a quiet tournament. I mean, he's still got 4 points in 4 games, but hasn't been as noticeable as maybe one would have thought Cale Makar would have been. So Canada win, McDavid 2 points or more, Makar point, and over 5.5 goals, Reid.
Okay.
So this is a 4-leg parlay. It's been boosted to plus 226. So once again, Canada to win.
On my site, that's 3.25 to 1.
3.25 to 1. Canada money line, McDavid 2 or more points, Cale Makar 1 or more points, and over 5.5 goals. That has been boosted to plus 226. All you need to do is head on over to playalberta.ca, or if you haven't yet, download the new Play Alberta app, click on EST Specials, and you'll see Jay's Play of the Day right there. And always remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right, awesome stuff. Remember, if you want to text us, it's 780-218-9999. That's the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. They got their Tap 25 happy hour, $5.25 drinks, all beers, including bottle and draft, import and domestic, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine served at Tap 25, Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor, Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. That is quite the happy hour.
Yeah, that'd be a long shift.
Chet's brother-in-law, I think, would like that.
For better or worse.
RiverCrewResort.com.
The hospitality would be great there, though.
Yes,
At least
absolutely.
Chet would know he's in good hands.
Yeah, Chet's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So the Oilers practice again today. They're going to be off tomorrow, skate on the weekend. I believe the plan is to fly Monday, and they got the game coming up against Anaheim on Wednesday. So we were listening to some of the clips today. Mark Spector from Sportsnet had a question here for head coach Chris Knobloch.
Sometimes us media and other people around hockey, they always say to the Oilers coach, who is you, man, he sure leans on McDavid a lot. He plays him so much. Every time they get behind, he double shifts them. What's going on? And now you watch the Olympics, and it's the exact same thing. How do you look at that?
Well, it's hard not to use him. He's a game breaker. He can make something out of. There's nothing there. He can make a play, whether he's scoring the goal or he's creating that offense, and he's the best in the NHL. And when you have that ability to put him over the boards, it's pretty hard to keep him on the bench saying no, we're going to go with somebody else, because he's so dynamic.
I wonder if that being brought up was a bit of a relief for Chris Knobloch to say, you see, guys, I'm not the only guy that would do this. There's one of the greatest coaches in NHL history, and John Cooper, that's doing it as well. And I mean, I went and looked at the average time on ice for, last game versus Czechia. Okay? I mean, that was a real game. The stakes were real. Mm-hmm. Nathan McKinnon, 22 minutes, 43. Connor McDavid, 21-48. Cale Makar, 26-41. Taves, 22-23. Harley, 20-55. Those were 5 players that all played over 20 minutes.
What was McDavid's?
21-48.
21-48, okay.
Okay, so that's probably
a little below an NHL game.
His NHL game.
Yeah.
But at the same respect, this was interesting as well. There was 5 players that all played under 10 minutes. Right? And you're thinking, okay, this is the, Canada's dream team, or, it's an all-star team.
Not a lot of weaknesses on the roster.
But not everybody gets to play the heavy minutes like Nathan McKinnon and Connor McDavid.
Right.
Now, Sidney Crosby is included in this, but he was injured. So, I guess 4 players. But Marchand, 7 minutes, 13.
Really?
Reinhart, 9:37. Wilson, 8:33.
Off the top line.
Off the top line.
Okay.
Sanheim, which I don't think would be a surprise.
Now there's 7 defensemen, yeah.
But it is something to just keep in mind, that even though Team Canada has this abundance of talent on their roster, you still put out the world-class best as much as you can. And, I'll admit, okay, Sidney Crosby leaving with an injury skews these numbers.
You got to move things around. But having said that,
but you skew them with who?
Then they went down from 13 forwards to 12.
Yeah,
so.
But you skew them with who? With who? Connor McDavid and Nathan McKinnon.
And Nathan McKinnon,
right? Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Sorry, if you have a comment on what Coach Knobloch said.
Reinhart scored over 50 goals once.
Yeah, under 10 minutes time on ice.
So you're telling me that an NHL coach based his ice time on the score of the game at the Olympics?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought that?
Huh. So I think this is just a good reminder to say, and this is an all-star team, Reid, but you've got 2 of the best players in this tournament on the Oilers roster in Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. Of course he's going to play them, a larger amount of minutes.
Right.
I mean, that, you know what, Reid? If he didn't, if the time on ice was more, similar, or at least, okay, no player over 20, no players under 10, okay? He'd be criticized. Why aren't you using McDavid and Draisaitl more?
If they lost, yes.
Well, yeah, but it's not like they're the best team in hockey right now either.
No.
But you'd be highly criticized for not using these players.
Well, first of all, that's a great point. I mean, good job for you by you looking up those numbers. And interesting, the players who got reduced.
That's more interesting to me than the guys that got the most.
Right.
Because these are all big-time players on their team.
And 2 of the 3 would be on the team more for grit than for skill. If you in the context of this team, with Marchand and Wilson.
Yep.
So, but okay, so here's the thing, though. I know we talked about this a little bit yesterday too, and I guess I want people to answer this. Is the complaint about Knobloch that he overplays McDavid and Draisaitl, or that he puts them together too often? Like, okay, so you're trailing, but okay, you're trailing Calgary 2-1 at the start of the hypothetically, I can't remember, but we'll just use that as or it doesn't matter what team. You're trailing 2-1 after the first period. You've played okay. You start playing the fourth line, not as much. Okay. But you also put McDavid and Draisaitl together. Like, you need to do both. If you want to go down to a 3-line game, fine, but at least leave them on separate lines. And this is why this is the debate I like hearing from fans, but it's why, like, I know some people think, "Oh, Reid, you disagree with everybody." Yes, because that's my personality. But I'm also saying, well, no, I want you to explain what you want, right? Because fan A is saying, "No, Reid, this is the way it has to be." And what I'm saying is like, no. I'm also hearing from fan B, fan C, fan D, and they all believe they've got it figured out. That's why I push back and say clarify it. So if you're mad at Knobloch's usage of McDavid and Draisaitl, are you mad at him shortening the bench at all? Are you mad at Are you mad that he puts McDavid and Draisaitl together and shortens the bench? Like, you need to do both at the same time, right? Like, if he's saying, okay, I can't play Curtis's line today. They're getting caved in. I can use Curtis on faceoffs, but I can't use him for much else. 40 minutes left. Fourth line's going to get 4 shifts. Could fans live with that better if he then also kept McDavid and Draisaitl on different lines? Okay, I got to go to a 3-line game tonight.
That's a good way to put it.
But I need those guys on different lines.
Because if they're on the same line, then that should open up more ice time for the following 2 lines.
Right.
But that's an interesting way to put it. I don't know what my answer would be to that. But I've never been one to say that you should necessarily limit opportunities for Connor and Leon. Chris Knobloch has talked about this a lot, where they get offensive zone draws. Well, yeah, they're not leaving any other line out there. They're putting Connor and Leon out because they're already in the zone.
Yeah.
The probability of them keeping it in the zone and creating a scoring chance is high. It's higher than bringing somebody else. So I don't have a problem with that. It's almost one of the end of game situations, or they're down 3-1 or 4-1, right? Where it's just
final 6 minutes, all yours. Yeah,
it's all Connor, all Leon, all that time.
Yeah.
When is that really doing anybody on your team a good service?
Yeah.
You're wearing out Connor and Leon. You're not giving any opportunity in really time where, the game's somewhat in hand.
Yeah.
I think those situational lineups that Chris Knobloch runs out are more of a problem. I don't know. That would be an interesting poll to put up.
See, for me, it's how quickly sometimes he goes away from depth players who might be having good games. Like, we talked about this, the loss to Calgary, I think.
Sure.
Lazar shouldn't have had his ice time cut as quickly as it was. He was actually around the other team's net. Okay, so it's 2-1 Calgary. But Lazar's actually being an annoyance.
Right.
And hacking away at pucks and creating chaos.
Well, and is 2-1 a 2-1 Calgary lead the time to blow everything up?
Right.
Or is it just
like,
stick with it?
Maybe stick with it. Give those guys
them an
a chance to maybe score a big goal or make a big play. Now, the interesting thing, too, is like El Presidente puts this. He says, I think it's both Reid and then plus the fact that there's no trust in the bottom 6. Okay, but again, here's my counter question. As an Oilers fan, so I'm throwing this out to probably almost everybody listening, who do you trust in the bottom 6? Because in my mind, there'd be at least a couple of guys that would be big no's, and maybe 3 or 4. Right? Like if Like, if you've watched this Oilers season, 2/3 of it, and there's still players in the bottom six that you think are really good and aren't getting the opportunity, then I might be like, what? You better explain to me what you're seeing. Like, do you trust Trent Frederick at this point in the season to go score a big goal or make a big hit? Sorry, I don't.
Okay, but do you trust Roslovic and Savoy?
Or maybe to a degree.
You could lump them into that.
To a degree.
Players that...
But again, to a degree.
To a degree. But would that be lumped into the players that, hey, don't limit them, allow them to try fight through this and get the team back, in the game?
Well, and I wonder if that's how they're going to be coached now, coming out of the break.
It'd be interesting to see.
Maybe they'll a little bit more of that. All right, we're late into the 4 o'clock break. Coob's got an update here. We're going to have the oil understood for GCL Diesel. Perry Pearn is going to join us to talk some Olympic hockey as well.
The Lock Shop.
Do you want to see the Americans on Sunday?
100%. It's funny because, at the end, I want them to lose so badly. I did find myself very conflicted. Like, I was pumped when Sweden tied it up late in the game. And I found myself naturally sort of like, when Sweden was close, I was there. But I didn't really want to play Sweden tomorrow.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Wholesat, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Edmonton. Be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Canada had to settle for silver in women's hockey in the women's hockey final, losing 2-1 in overtime to the Americans. Megan Keller scoring the game-winning goal. Christian O'Neill, the only marker for Canada. And at 8:40 tomorrow, the men's squad plays Finland to try and punch their ticket to the gold medal game. Curling news, the men's squad faces Britain for gold Saturday after getting past Norway 5-4, needing extras to the women's rank. Rachel Holman's crew draws Sweden tomorrow in the semis following a 10-7 victory over Korea. In other news, Canadian Cassie Sharp crashed on her second run of women's halfpipe freestyle skiing qualification. She currently awaits evaluation from medical staff. Back in North America, the Raptors, they tip off with the Bulls at 6. 9 other games in the association. It's the Pistons and Knicks hitting the deck at 5:30 with the Hawks meet the 76ers at 5 o'clock. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2. The Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
You have us originating from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Pizza Sunday is back at the Canadian Brewhouse after 4 p.m. Grab an 8-inch 2-topping pizza for just $9.99. Wash it down with $6.99 doubles and $1 off Bud Light tankards. We're going to have the oil understood here coming up. Perry Pearn will join us at about 5 o'clock. Our athlete of the week, 5:30-ish, is an incredibly accomplished woman whose athletic exploits have centered around the sport of ringette, though she's done a lot of incredible things. Keely Brown is going to join us. So that's our athlete of the week for Past the Pantry coming up about 5:25, 5:30. We'll have our words of the day for EPL. We're going to have buying or selling for Damon Bunting, Jay Milne, Reid Wilkins, Coobs over at the technical desk. So I'm going to be off again tomorrow. I was off last Friday. I'm still burning last year's holidays.
Well,
yeah.
Might as well use them.
This Nielsen guy just heaped the holidays on me.
You know what they say? Smoke them if you got them, Reid.
Hey, Wilkins, you want to work here? I'll make sure that doesn't happen too often. I was like, okay. No, but it's good.
Well, it is what it is. I'm happy you can have tomorrow off. Some reaction, which, obviously we both knew there would be from, John Cooper using his superstars the same way that Chris Knobloch is essentially using his superstars. And then you asked the question, what is it that irks you the most about?
Yeah, I just want to know what the actual problem is. And again, I know I have this irritating personality. I get it. I know I can be a contrarian. I get it. But I actually also really want to know, okay, Knobloch isn't good, but actually tell me why. Well, it's the ice time. Well, okay, no, but you actually tell me why.
Well, it's a part of a discussion.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no right or wrong answers here.
What? It's the ice time. You want Ty Emberson to play more? What? Tell me the ice. Tell me. So anyway, I'm glad people are writing in.
Yeah, I'm not so much upset about the shortening of the bench, but I really don't think the power play is the right thing to do to give the other players some kind of role on the team.
Okay.
If Connor and Leon are having an off night or being played defensively really hard, then what else is left over? That's why they need to be separated. Comes in from Steven.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you have to put them together all the time? If you got to shorten the bench, fine. But then why do we got to go loading up as ASAP?
This one says from MH. Is there much difference from Edmonton to other teams?
No.
And
we pay attention to the Oilers.
We do.
So the difference from Edmonton to other teams is that the Oilers have McDavid and Draisaitl. Most teams don't have a duo that good. I mean, other teams have really good duos.
Okay, so McDavid's time on ice, average this season is 23 minutes and 7 seconds. Leon's is 22 minutes and 5 seconds.
You'd like that down. I would say I would like that down by about a shift a period, so that takes it down about 90 minutes, or not 90 seconds.
Okay, McKinnon's is 22:11.
What's Connor's?
Connor's 23:07. So it's
a couple shifts.
Yeah, it's 56-second difference. But Bouchard's at 24:44.
Well,
McCarr is at 25:05. Right? I mean, Natchez in Colorado was at 20:59. It's not a world
he's that high, eh?
difference.
Okay, yeah.
But you're looking at one of the best teams in the best team in the NHL, in the Colorado Avalanche.
Right.
Their superstars are being deployed the same way the Oilers superstars are being deployed.
But the problem is, though, Jay, the Avalanche are first overall. The Oilers are not a good team.
Correct.
Or I guess depending on how you categorize them, you could say good, but it's almost like they're fine.
Well,
there's a difference between they're good and they're good.
They're above average.
They're good. Whatever. They're
right.
good. Yeah.
You know who's fifth on the Avalanche in ice time?
Taves. No, he'd be higher than fifth.
He's second.
Okay.
So it goes McCarr, Taves, McKinnon, Natchez.
Brent Burns.
Brent Burns,
who should have been on the Olympic team.
Your guy.
Yeah, but I mean, if the Oilers were winning more, we wouldn't be talking about this. Or maybe if you're up
of course not.
If you're up 5-2, Leon and Connor don't play after the last TV timeout.
But it's because this team has done so well in the prior 2 seasons, at least. They've been playing well for longer than that, but
Right.
Back-to-back Stanley Cup final runs. But this is not the same roster. Like, that's just it, Reid. It's not the depth of a roster that the Oilers had in 20.
No, it isn't.
In the 24 playoffs. It's a different team. So that's where I always come out on this is what's Knobloch supposed to do? Especially after you heard what we just said about how John Cooper, who by many people is considered a great coach, and he has a track record to prove it in Tampa Bay. He's doing the same thing in the Olympics with his superstars. It's just that the depth, obviously, is much different.
But even so, yesterday he said, I don't think Brad Marchand, Tom Wilson, and Reinhart can score a goal and tie this game. He basically said that by not playing those guys.
Do you blame him?
Well, Marchand should play all the time.
That's what you think.
He should play 60 minutes.
That's what you think.
All right, 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We haven't had Brad Marchand in the Nasty Chat for a while.
Oh, he'll be there.
Well, the time change, maybe it's a little off.
Right.
I'm sure if he gets a gold medal, he'll be texting you pictures of it.
I hope so.
Let's get into the oil understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. So, first of all, you can keep sending in messages about the Knobloch and Cooper stuff we've been talking about. We also want to do something fun today because we want to lift some spirits, distract you maybe from the Canadian gold medal in the women's game. That was a bummer. And, we don't have any Oilers games going on right now. We're at the practices, but we're not diving too deep into those.
Tis the season to do things like this.
Tis the season to do fun stuff. So, from all the players in Oilers history, we want you to put together 2 power play units and 2 PK units. So you don't have to keep guys in the same era. If you want Doug Wade on the team, he can be on the same power play as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins or whatever. And then Jay also made a point for the PK, you got to pick a goalie. But it can be the same goalie for both units.
Sure.
So you're doing a PP1, a PP2, or 2 equal ones, a PK1 and a PK2, and your PK goalie.
Mine's quite equal.
These are, I think my power play units are pretty equal.
On purpose.
So I'll before I give my list, I'm going to say something right away. I split up. McDavid and Draisaitl are not on the same power play on my Oilers all-time power play units. Or are they on yours?
They are, Reid.
They are, okay.
They are.
Now, did you go 4 forwards and 1D?
I did.
Yeah, as did I.
Now, the reason for me keeping them, and by the way, McDavid and Draisaitl are on my PP1. Okay? The chemistry that they have, we've talked about this since our show started, is the cross-ice pass to Leon Draisaitl in the sweet spot. It's like, well, why can't they stop? That's got to get stopped now. They got to get more. Well, no. Who's the lead? Who's got the most goals in NHL history? Alexander Ovechkin.
Yes.
Where did a lot of them come from?
Right. Off wing.
That sweet spot. So I'm keeping McDavid and Draisaitl together on PP1.
Okay.
I mean, Draisaitl has a franchise record in power play goals.
By like 49 goals now. Yes.
Yeah. So I can't not have him on there. I got to have my net front presence. And this player has tied for the second most goals, power play goals, that is, in franchise history, could take a beating in front of the net like nobody else. Like, this is the definition of a net front nuisance power play player, and that's Ryan Smith.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
Can't go wrong there. Now, I'm also adding some more firepower, and I'm putting Glenn Anderson on my first unit power play. He's the person tied with Ryan Smith for power play goals. And in my opinion, the best offensive defenseman to do it for the Oilers. A man who's been talked about a lot lately in the last day and a half, Paul Coffey, running the point.
Okay.
He's quarterbacking my PP1.
So you have Coffey at the point, Smith, net front, Anderson and McDavid
skating circles around, finding Glenn Anderson and Leon Draisaitl.
Right, and Anderson can also go to the net.
Yeah.
And help with zone entries. Though they'll probably give it to McDavid.
That's a nice power play. Now, where's Gretzky? Just relax. Let's hear Reid's PP.
Well, first of all, Glenn Anderson did not make my all-time power play team units for the Oilers.
Hey, that's why it's your list.
I have, for my first power play unit, I do have Coffey on the point. And I didn't put him on the same power play as McDavid because Coffey could be the speed guy to carry the puck in. Okay? But then I also have Gretzky and Draisaitl on this power play because they could also gain the blue line with their stick handling and their passing. So I have Coffey, Gretzky setting up in his office or wherever to distribute the puck, right? Draisaitl can be a shooter for Gretzky on one off wing. Curry can be a shooter on the other off wing. And Zach Hyman can be the net front forecheck, dig pucks free guy. So my PP1 in Oilers history, Gretzky, Hyman, Curry, Draisaitl, Coffey.
I'm surprised you didn't have Smitty up there.
He's on PP2.
Okay. My PP2. Now, this is where...
Like, here's the thing. Who's a better net front player, Hyman or Ryan Smith on the power play?
I like the way that Smitty was more of a pain in the ass, I feel.
Okay.
That's what I like out of a net front player. A little bit more of a grind your gears, slash the goalie, off your face and in. I mean, Smitty's got a place in everybody's heart. PP2, I've got Gretzky, I've got Curry, I've got Hyman.
Well, that's my PP1 so far, okay?
But see, my PP2 was structured around the element of surprise. So get PP1 off, win the face-off, 20, 30 seconds, then you can come off if you feel. Or wait for the PK to change, and then you roll out these five. Are you kidding me? Gretzky, Curry, Hyman, the Moose. And quarterbacking this PP2 would be the Boosh Bomb.
Yeah, okay.
How far off are we?
Well, we picked almost the same 10 guys. There's a very interesting difference that I'm going to bring up on my PP2. Because this guy didn't play as many games for the Oilers.
I think I know where you're going.
So he doesn't show up as high on the power play stats. And he's kind of in an interesting role here because he can be a net front guy, but he also has like a pretty good shot. So I do have McDavid on my second power play, zone entry. Ryan Smith, net front, tenacity. I mean, you can't leave Messier off.
No.
He's still one of the most talented players of all time, right? And he can do a little bit of everything with his power play. Bouchard is the point guy. I think you have to have him blasting away. My other guy is Craig Simpson.
Ooh, Simper.
Craig Simpson. An outstanding goal scorer, incredibly tough. I think he could play the front of the net. I think he could get shots away from mid-range as well. So my second power play, McDavid, Smith, Simpson, Messier, and Bouchard.
Interesting. Neither of us took the Nuge.
No, neither of us took the Nuge. And we all took the same players, except I took Simpson and you took Anderson.
Correct.
So I actually left out the guy who's tied for second in power play goals. Now, Anderson played longer than Gretzky and a couple other guys. But we both have Coffey and Bouchard. We both have Hyman. We both have Ryan Smith. Obviously, we have McDavid and Draisaitl. So I have Simpson and you have... Interesting. I didn't think we were going to... We're deploying them differently, but we took 9 out of the 10 same guys. Koob, did you do a line? Did you want to do this too?
I did, yeah. Oh, boy, there's so many names to go through. So, starting at center, for my power play one, I got Leon Draisaitl. On his wing was Zach Hyman, and it would be Wayne Gretzky, the other wing. And then on the point, it'll be Paul Coffey and Connor McDavid. Or on the point. So,
well, you don't really have to say,
side.
That's fine.
Just mix them up. So McDavid kind of as the bumper.
That's exactly the same as mine. No, it isn't. Sorry.
No, he didn't have Messier.
He didn't. Well, as my PP1.
Oh,
I didn't
PP1.
have McDavid on my PP1. Okay.
And then power play 2, Messier centering with Yari Curry and Doug Waite. And then I'll put both Bouchard and Tyson Barrie on the point. Why not?
Oh, wow. Both shooting right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to dispute that one.
I know. I had RNH as a change up. You know, maybe slide in Barrie over Bush or
So you don't have
something
Ryan
like that.
Smith on either one.
Nope.
You have no Ryan Smith.
No Anderson.
Interesting. No Anderson. I didn't have Anderson. I think Barry Coob, I love you. I think you're showing your age.
Nah, I just put him in there.
Though he was part of a pretty good power play.
Yeah, it was the most historic, the highest efficient.
He was part
power
of one
play,
of the
right?
30% seasons for sure.
Before it was broken.
But I think Bouchard's just better.
Yeah.
But
He was
okay,
a
you want
Bouch
to have them
before
both. You can have them both.
Yeah, why not?
You can have
Why
them both.
can't I have both, Reid?
You can have both. It's your team. It's your team.
Well, I realistically, I'd swap RNH instead of Barrie, so it'd be Bush and Barrie on the second.
So you have
power
Messier, Curry, Waite, Nugent Hopkins, and Bouchard. Okay. All right. We haven't even coming in yet?
They are.
Okay. Give us a couple.
I'm just looking here. Why can't I? Oh, yeah. Never mind. Just doing something here. Bear with me. Yeah, I guess Hyman does score. This message came in from Rob from LA. He says Hyman scores more. So Hyman's at 0.14 power play goals per game.
Okay.
Smitty's at 0.12.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
It's Hyman.
Huge difference. It is Hyman. There's just...
By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. We need 30 thumbs to get to 100. Don't delay.
There's a lot.
Click away.
PK's coming in more than there is.
People are
PP.
more interested in the PK than the PP.
Oh, Reid, here you go. This one comes in from Stupider Trent.
Uh-oh, here we go.
PP1.
Okay.
McDavid, Draisaitl, Nuge, Hyman, Bush.
He just left the current one together.
Yeah.
You actually can't argue with that.
You really
can't really argue with that.
And he did say they have record numbers, so why change it?
Yeah, over like 25% plus.
PP2, Gretzky, Smitty, net front, he says. Curry, Waite, Coffee.
That'd be pretty good.
So 2 Dougie Waites.
So here's the thing. I wonder if Anderson's going to be left off a lot of lists, even though he's second in power play goals in franchise history.
Oh, this is a good question from Haas. Who gets to wear number 18, Hyman or Craig Simpson?
Who's played more games as an Oiler? Probably Hyman now.
Craig Simpson played 419 games for the Oilers.
He played that many? I didn't think it would got to that many.
Hyman's played 347. So
go Simpson. Simpson right now. Nobody putting Chris Pronger on the power play?
No.
Wait, how do you leave off Coffey and Bouchard? I mean, even the biggest person frustrated by Bouchard would put him on the Oilers' all-time power play if you had 2 units. You'd have to. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. River Crew Resort Casino inbox. Okay, well, there actually more in the nasty chat on the PK as well.
Yeah.
I wonder if there might be more debate on the PK because you can go a lot of different theories with this, right? So we'll dive into that when we get back. Buying or selling from Damon Bunting is coming up too.
Canada had to settle for silver in the women's hockey final, losing 2-1 in overtime to the Americans. Megan Keller scoring the game-winning goal. Christian O'Neill, the only marker for Canada. And at 8:40 tomorrow, the men's squad plays Finland in the semis to try and book their ticket to the gold medal game. Curling news, the men's squad faces Britain for gold on Saturday after getting past Norway 5-4, needing extras. To the women's rink, Rachel Holman's crew draws Sweden tomorrow in the semis following a 10-7 victory over Korea. In other news, Canadian Cassie Sharp crashed on her second run of the women's half-pipe freestyle skiing qualifications. She currently awaits evaluation from medical staff. Overseas, it's the Raptors tipping off with the Bulls in Chi-Town at 6 o'clock. 9 other games in the association, including the Pistons and Knicks, hitting the deck at 5:30, while the Hawks meet the 76ers at 5. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine and Physiotherapy. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at AdvantageSportMed.ca to book an appointment. Today, buying or selling for Damon Bunting, and more Oilers discussion next up. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Chris Johnson.
They weren't challenged in their first 3 games in the preliminary round. It doesn't get any easier against Finland tomorrow. I think you'll see a similar style of play where, what the Czechs did a good job of, I thought yesterday, was they counterattacked pretty well. That's the path to beating a better country, is you get good goaltending and you're opportunistic. And, Czechia was this close to being in the semifinals themselves.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
All right, hope you're having a great day. 8:40 tomorrow morning, Canada, Finland men's hockey semifinal at the Olympics. And then was it 1:10, United States, Slovakia? Huge day. The Canadian men's curling team is in the gold medal game against Great Britain Saturday at 11. Semifinal for the Canadian women, 6 a.m. tomorrow against Sweden. So Homan got in there beating Korea earlier today.
Could be a nice morning.
It's funny, for some reason, it would be a great morning.
Yeah.
A lot to watch. It's awesome. I don't mind getting home and it's like, you know what? I've watched my sports for today. It's kind of been good.
Yeah, it's been okay, hasn't it? And I do love live sports when I'm getting the girls. We're getting them eating breakfast and there's live sports on.
Yeah.
No,
nice. Are they interested enough that they wish they could watch at school, or they try to get updates at school?
They've been watching at school.
Oh, it's on?
The Canada games are on some way, somehow.
Okay.
And you do not get in trouble if you're on your phone watching it.
Oh, wow.
Now, my daughter doesn't have a phone, but her friends that do are streaming it. So, hey, why not?
I don't know if I want to go down this road. Maybe this is a good summer topic. How old's your daughter going to be, your oldest daughter going to be when she gets a cell phone?
16.
Okay.
I would imagine when she can drive.
Has the discussion happened?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With her or just with your wife?
No, she knows that she doesn't need a phone right now.
So how old is she again?
13.
And how many of her classmates, what percentage of her classmates do you think have their own phones?
Every one of them.
She's the only one?
I believe.
Does she not get ridiculed?
How
does she text?
She doesn't. It's beautiful.
She doesn't have a flip phone? No. just for emergency purpose.
No, if you got to call mom or dad, go to the office. They can help you.
Well, and if all your friends have a phone,
Well,
too, I mean,
you'd have to ask permission to use the phone anyway in class if you needed to make a phone call.
No, there's just, and I think, well, I know she's happy about it because she sees some of the drama that unfolds.
Well,
with
that's a good point.
With her classmates that do, and the amount of time that's wasted during times of critical learning.
Right.
So, I mean, hey, she's a straight A+ student. So it's working. And there's really no need at that age other than for things that you don't need to know about or shouldn't.
Right. Yeah.
You know, for a young kid, a teenager, there's just a lot of stupidity out there.
Sometimes I wonder if I could just get rid of my phone.
I think about that often.
I could get, like, as long as I had because we need this for our work.
Yes, true.
But yeah. The ease, though.
Like, what if people just couldn't text me?
Well, you know this. I call my wife daily. We'll talk.
Yes.
On the phone. Hey, how's your day going? It could be 2
And if you had
minutes.
an office phone, you could still do that.
Yeah, I guess. We'd have to have one with a long cord.
So you
so
could walk around.
Sneak around the side of the room and have a private
we put it in
conversation.
our little private room back there.
But yeah, I'm yeah.
Anyway.
No need for phones yet.
780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Check out the River Cree mobile app, free to download. Get exclusive offers and promotions. Get show tickets. Make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. Safe, secure, and easy to use. Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh, just in the nasty chat. It is funny. Sometimes people pick up later or hear the off-topic topic later. Today, obviously, it was.
Oh, right.
What Olympic sports would you combine? This was the off-topic topic for William Huff. Glenn Imlock says, how about cross-country ice fishing? Like, that is fantastic.
You had a cross-country ski across like a frozen lake.
Yeah.
Stop the fish.
Auger your hole. Drop a line.
That's pretty good.
That would be pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Because you could combine fish size
with time. Yeah.
And then prepare it and cook it.
Well, then your part about cooking a big meal. That's really good. That'd be an all-day thing.
So I think you and I were pretty similar.
Yeah, so this is going to be different.
On our PPs.
Give us 2 Oilers PK units, any era, and you can combine them. Give us your 2 best PK units you could come up with one goalie. I'm going to start with my goalie because I think this might be almost everybody's goalie. Because if the other team wasn't careful dumping the puck in on the power play, it's shot out by this guy. It's Mike Smith.
Ah, okay.
That wasn't your goalie.
He's my PK2 goalie.
Okay, I just did one goalie.
Okay.
I just did one goalie for both PKs.
Yeah, and look, I think Mike Smith is a great. He's good for puck handling as well, getting it out of the zone, and his numbers, spoke for themselves. I went to and I wanted to look at an Oilers goaltender during pressure-packed games.
Okay,
during playoff games. Okay, so I went and looked at. Of a goalie that had, let's say, more than 10 games as an Oiler in the playoffs. So this goaltender had 18 games played in the playoffs. He had a .915 save percentage on the power play when the opposing team had a power play.
Okay.
Dwayne Rollison.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay, so I went with Rollo. I've picked him. What did we do last week? Oh, that was you need one goalie to stop a breakaway.
Breakaway, yeah.
So I had Rolly. So maybe I have an affinity for him.
And I had Mike Smith. So, okay.
PK1 for Jay.
Okay, I'll go first this time.
You want to go first?
Okay. All right.
I'm writing down.
So you need the puck.
You do. You need a centerman.
Number one face-off man in Oilers history, as we know from last week, Boyd Gordon.
Okay.
I got Boyd Gordon, and then you need some speed, some intelligence, some shiftiness, and someone who could take a face-off too if needed. I'm putting the Nuge on. And then you want some defensemen who are not afraid to clear the front of the net. Not afraid to inflict a little bit of pain on the opposition, but could still get to a loose puck and handle it well enough to shoot it down the ice.
I think I know who one of your defensemen are.
Who do you think?
Chris Pronger.
Okay, I've screwed up by not putting Pronger on.
Oh, you didn't?
Because I saw people putting him there. I was like, how did I leave Pronger off? I have Kevin Lowe and Adam Larson.
Those are good.
There's neither guy in their prime afraid to just whack people.
That's
cross-check people.
I like that.
Put
I
them
like
down.
that.
Yeah.
The grittiness that you need.
I probably should have. I don't have Pronger on either unit. I forgot about him for some reason. Like Rip City Step says his PKs would be Curry, Gretzky, Pronger, and Lowe, and then Messier, McDavid, Coffey, and Smith. I don't know. I don't know which Smith he means, quite frankly, but we'll get to that in a second.
Well, you think your list was a little, different. Well, my center is Todd Marchand.
Oh.
I forget where he ranked on shorthanded goals, but it was quite high.
Fast guy
for the Oilers. He's speedy. I'm putting Gretz on my PK1. Good defensively. He was a two-way player, but his intelligence, right? His intelligence to pick off a pass, be on his way.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to score goals. Now, my defenseman, I'll take you back to in the 2024 playoffs when the Oilers killed off 26 consecutive power plays.
Right. They were excellent.
Excellent.
Almost won them the cup.
So I went and looked at who were the leaders in time on ice for that playoff run. So my two defensemen that I'm adding to my PK1 is Matthias Ekholm and Cody Ceci.
Wow.
Yes.
All-time Cody Ceci.
All-time Cody Ceci. Cody Ceci's making them all-time PK1. Why not?
So my PK1, Gordon, Nugent-Hopkins, Kevin Lowe, and Larson, Jays, Marchand, Gretzky, Ekholm, and Ceci.
Yes.
My PK2, they're also on my power play, Gretzky and Curry.
Yeah.
And then my defenseman, and this is why I asked which Smith to Rip City.
Oh, you're going Gators.
I got Steve and Jason. I got
Smith.
Steve Smith and Jason Smith. I got the Smith stack.
The Smith stack, yes. I like that.
So I got Gretzky, Curry. So Gordon, Nugent Hopkins, Lowe, and Larson wear you down. You can't get to the net. You can't even get the puck. And then Gretzky and Curry come on, anchored by the two Smiths, and they're going to score shorthand.
So I do a goalie swap from PK.
You change on the fly.
Yeah, change on the fly. Let's go, boys.
Nuge ices it. And you
short
change
bench. Short bench. So I'm switching goalies to Mike Smith.
Okay.
Taking two-time Selke winner. Here for a good time, not a long time. Mike Pekka.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good pick.
I'm also taking Gator, Jason Smith.
Okay.
Well, sorry, my other forward would be Jarrett Stoll.
Oh, right. Good face-offs. Yeah. That was
then
my
I'd
face-off
go
guy.
Jason Smith, and I went Chris Pronger.
Right.
Like, those are two mean SOBs.
Yeah. I probably should have had Pronger on.
Wow, no love for Janmark, the PK GOAT.
I consider, trust me, everybody, I considered Janmark. I mean, you could have gone Janmark and Brown. How good were they in those playoffs as well, right?
Well, I did look at that.
I believe they each had a shorthanded goal.
I could have rolled out that, that starting PK1, which would have been Janmark, Brown, Ekholm, Ceci.
Just roll it out. Yeah.
And I would have had to take Skinner.
And then you would have to put Skinner in that.
Right. This comes in from Grumpy Cat, PK1, Pronger, Larson, Spacek, Jason Smith.
He's got 4 defensemen?
Looks like he does.
He's just putting 4D on the ice.
Well, they got to keep the puck out of the net.
Maybe those are his defensemen over 2 units. Yeah.
Anyway. PK2, Hammerlick, Brewer, Schmid, Ferentz. He's heavy on the defense. And the goalie's Cujo. He did submit a PP1 and 2. So PP1, this is a name we haven't heard, Reid, but I like it. Gretzky, McDavid, Messier, Anderson, Adam Oates.
No defenseman. He's
Really just going one way or the other.
Try stealing a pass from those guys. Ain't happening.
Ain't happening. PP2 would be Smitty, Guerin, Waite, Souray, and Pronger.
Oh, Souray, yeah, that's a good catch. Mex is PK, Pronger, Jason Smith, McTavish, and Pekka. Yeah, Mac T, pretty good penalty killer. And the thing is, Messier also could have been on your PK. What else do we have here? We have so many coming in. There's way more names for the PK, obviously.
Well, there have been. So this one comes in Mac T, Pisani, Pronger, and Huddy.
Well, Pisani scored a shorthanded goal in overtime in the Stanley Cup
final. Kind of a big
final.
one, yeah.
Kind of a good argument to have him on there.
Phenomenal K from Leduc. This is a second text into Edmonton Sports Talk.
Oh, we appreciate it.
Here's what his text says. Game. Thank you for your input.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Maybe he was maybe he's texting somebody else.
Oh, he just wrote game.
Game. Hey, go game.
Go game.
You like game.
Coob, do you have your PKers?
Yeah, well, I'm curious. So if the game was the keyword today for that cruise flyaway.
Oh, maybe he's
I'm not even sure. Yeah. In hindsight,
sent it
at 4:38 p.m.
Yeah,
not sure you made the draw.
Nope, I don't think so. Now for my PK, I'm gonna put McDavid out there. Just I don't know if he gets the puck, he can always generate something.
Yep.
You know, he's most skilled hockey player in the world at this point. And one of my personal favorites when he played for the Oilers, I thought he always put his body on the line. He was always in lanes, and he was a smaller guy, but he can lay a check. It's Josh Archibald. Just out of left field. I'm going to put him with McDavid there. Defensive pairings, I'll go with Clefbaum and the shot blocker himself, Chris Russell.
I wondered if anybody was going to take Chris Russell. Mm-hmm. I flirted with that a little bit.
My second unit, though, Draisaitl and Gretzky with Kevin Lowe and Adam Larson.
Oh, you have Lowe and Larson together as well. Mm-hmm. I like your second unit more than your first unit.
Just throw them out there. It don't matter.
I mean, Clefbaum was good, but I'd sooner put him on a PP unit, I think, if you had to.
He's no Cody Ceci, but...
No.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing you had Ceci on there. Who's your goalie?
Mike Smith.
I like the puck handling is hard to ignore.
Is he the best puck handling goaltender that the Oilers have had?
It's a good point. Like, people are putting in the nasty chat, like, we're missing Tikkanen. Like, Tikkanen was a very good defensive forward.
Big Uke, PK, Mac T, Essati, Jeff Bukaboom, and Gator.
I flirted with Smith and Bukaboom, Steve Smith and Bukaboom together because they often were together.
He did say Buchberger for special consideration.
Oh, okay.
This one comes in Jason and Leduc. PK unit, Joseph in net, Pronger, Huddy, Nuge, Mac T on PK1.
So another Nuge, okay.
PK2, Bukaboom, Lowe, Buchberger, Marchand.
Yeah, that's not bad.
There is a lot of variety here, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to say, though, Reid, nobody else has taken Boyd Gordon.
No one else has taken the face-off wizard, Boyd Gordon. I'm a little disappointed. Are
you surprised?
I'm a little disappointed no one has pandered to the host of the show by selecting, a couple players they could have pandered with.
Oh, yeah.
well, one would be more pandering. Who would have they picked to pander to me? Letestu, who oddly enough turned out probably to be a better power play contributor than PK guy in his tenure with the Oilers.
True.
Because he replaced Eberle on the power play and helped them out. And someone could have taken Curtis Lazar to keep Jay happy.
God bless you.
What would be the all pandering team for if people pandering to this show? Lazar, Letestu,
probably Ekholm.
And maybe
we like the way Ekholm speaks.
Gage in net. And Chris Joseph. I don't know if we've had him on since you and I have worked together.
No. Luke Gazdic.
So we have three forwards?
Yes. How the hell with it?
We have Gazdic. Gasnick, Lazar,
trade for Kassian.
Well, Lazar is so diverse. He drops back and
He is
plays.
really diverse.
He drops back and plays defense and Gage is the goalie.
Belzy?
Oh, Belzy. Yeah, get Belzy.
Oh, Belzy. Yeah, of course. Belzy was an Oiler. Mm-hmm. So Belzy,
Letestu,
Lazar,
Ekholm, Gazdic. Yeah. Forget it. This is a pandering team. No Ekholm.
Well, the refs are from yesterday's game. We're allowed five players on the field.
Too many men doesn't matter.
Too many men doesn't matter. All right. That was a fun exercise. You can still text these in or put them in the nasty chat. If you are taking us in on YouTube, remember to give us the thumbs up. We need about 15 thumbs to get to 100. Still over an hour left in the show, but don't delay. Get in there and click. Some people still sit back there and listen with folded arms. I haven't heard the jingle, Reid. I haven't heard the jingle. I don't click till you play the jingle.
Play in the jingle.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right. Perry Pearn coming up at the top of the hour. We have buying or selling next.
Canada had to settle for a silver medal in the women's hockey final, losing 2-1 in overtime to the Americans. Megan Keller scoring the game-winning goal for Team USA. Christian O'Neill, the only marker for Canada. And tomorrow at 8:40 in the morning, the men's squad plays Finland in the semis, trying to book their ticket to the gold medal game. Curling news, the men's squad faces Britain for gold Saturday, getting past Norway 5-4 today. Needing extras to the women's rink, Rachel Holman's crew draws Sweden tomorrow in the semis following a 10-7 victory over Korea. In other news, Canadian Cassie Sharp crashed on her second run of women's half-pipe freestyle skiing qualification. She currently awaits evaluation from medical staff. Back in North America, the Raptors tip off with the Bulls at 6. 9 other games in the association. The Pistons and Knicks hit the deck at 5:30 with the Hawks meet the 76ers at 5. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Buying or selling up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Uh-oh. This is opening right up.
Oh my gosh!
No. And with 7:42 to go, Canada needs to get an equalizer to force overtime.
You gotta be kidding me. He
That's
set that
a
up.
crusher. Ends up being a 3-on-2 in the end?
Come on, Canada!
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada snowboarder Mark McMorris.
Thank you for your continued support, Canada. It's an honor to represent our country. Keep cheering loud, Canada. We feel it. Thank you, Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
The road to the FIFA World Cup runs through Edmonton. See Canada Soccer's men's national team before they take on the world this summer. Canada versus Uzbekistan. June 1st, 7 p.m., Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta, your home for online gaming excitement featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery, instance, and sports betting. With the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca. What is your play of the day again, Mr. Milne?
It is Canada to win, McDavid 2 or more points, McCarr point, and over 5.5 goals.
Okay.
So that is
total,
over,
not just for Canada.
Not just for Canada.
That'd be
That's
great
total.
if Canada got there.
Well, they might
probably win if that's happening.
That's been boosted to plus 226. That's over at playalberta.ca. Click on EST specials. You'll see right now there are 5 different plays.
5.
Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Jay's play of the day: Lock Shop CU Sunday parlay, which is Canada to win by 2 or more goals.
Okay.
McDavid 2+ points and Celebrini 1+ goal.
Oh, nice. I like that one.
That's plus 278. There's some NBA action, fun stuff. An NFL future is up there.
Oh, my goodness. Seahawks win again?
Lightning to win the East.
Wait, NFL?
No. Tampa Bay Lightning to win the East.
I thought you said NFL.
No, NHL. Sorry, maybe I did.
Maybe I could have misheard.
NHL future. Maybe
NHL future. No, you might have said that.
Lightning to win the East.
We'll
Islanders
never know.
And Blue Jack. Well, you just never know. It's a good thing that as soon as this happens on the interwebs, it's gone.
There's no way to ever hear it again.
You never see it again. What do you think of this, Reid? So as I said, Lightning to win the East.
Okay.
Islanders and Blue Jackets to make the playoffs.
Okay.
And Canucks under 64.5 regular season points.
I don't even know what the Canucks are at. That sounds like that could happen, though.
It very well
pretty
could.
bad.
What do we got? 24 games left?
About 24, 25 for most teams.
And they're at 42. Now they've got...
Oh, they won't make it to 64.
Yeah. Anyways, playalberta.ca. Click on EST Specials. You'll find all of these goodies there.
In about 10 minutes or so, Perry Pearn is going to join us. Remember, Perry coached the Canadian women's national team for a couple of years back in 2018 and 2019. Legendary coach here at NAIT in Edmonton, assistant with several teams in the National Hockey League. Currently the head coach of the Chinese men's national team. But we want to get his perspective on today's gold medal game between the States and Canada. I'm sure we'll talk about the men's tournament as well and some of the things that he is up to with the Chinese team as well. It's always great to catch up with Perry. Perry's at a lot of the Oilers home games, so sometimes I chit-chat with him there. We have Buying or Selling, and this is presented by our good friend Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. So really, the Olympics are winding down. We really got 3 days left. For you and I, this will be our last show together during the Olympics. Monday, we'll be talking about probably the gold medal game. Hopefully,
probably.
All that kind of stuff.
Well, I think we will regardless.
We will. Well, even if Canada's not in it, we're going to talk about it. So,
how dare you?
Well, they should be in it. I have to say, and I'm curious about what other people are doing, I've been pretty impressed with the CBC Gem stuff. Now you gotta sign in. You gotta make sure you have an account, but it's not overly complicated. It is free, and as we've found on the smart TVs here, you want to watch an event, you can pretty much watch it. Mm-hmm. Maybe I think some of them won't have commentators, right? If you watch a non-Canada event, like you could have watched the other curling today. I don't know if I would have had a commentator on it.
Oh, that's an interesting question because we just haven't.
Right, but overall,
they would, because I've watched lawn track speed skating that didn't have anything to do with Canadian, and they're still announced.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure about some of the team sports if it was going on at the same time as, for curling, for example.
No, it has been fantastic.
I got to say, I've been quite impressed with this. I've never really tried to use it. Like I've used CBC Gem before. I mean, I've watched Plouffe sisters play, but I've never used it this much for Olympic coverage. And I've thought to myself, man, you can pretty much watch everything. So I got to say, I've been pretty impressed with that.
Okay, I've been surprised as well with the coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm still surprised. And look, let's not get political here. Okay? the CBC Gem app. I get it. It's a federally funded news outlet. Okay?
Well, station,
sure.
I mean, it's
I'm
you watch
still
Snowdrop.
surprised, though, that there hasn't been a little bit of a paywall. I'm surprised. I'm happily
Do you think
surprised.
there should be?
No, but that doesn't mean it's not
I'm
right.
irritated. I got this for free.
No. That's not it at all. I'm just being honest with you. That I'm genuinely happy that this is available to us for free. Now, you're going to, okay,
you
Jay, it should be. It has to be. It's
there's
federally
tax
funded.
money going to
That's
it.
where our
Sure.
tax I know. Slow down. Take a chill pill, brah. I get it. What I'm saying is, even though all of that's true, I'm still surprised there's not kick us a little
Even
extra.
$5 or something like that for 2 weeks.
If you said to me, pay $5 and you get all the access to CBC Gem during the Olympics, I would pay it happily.
Well, we would have here because it's 11 guys watching it on and off throughout the day.
You'd have to. But I'm just happy they've, and for obvious reason, but, still that sometimes is not surprising that, it's a minimal fee. Sure, I'll pay it. But I think the coverage has been fantastic. And especially, Reid, because, we do like to sit at home at night and we'll flip around and we'll look at what is being replayed because you miss a lot.
Sure.
And, you can sit there as a family and watch it. Even if you know the outcome, a lot of times it's still an exciting environment. It's live sports, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best. I mean, not live, but you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, I'm happy. I'm happy about
Big
the
Uke
Gem.
says CBC Gem has had great coverage of the last few Olympics. Yeah, and I know it's been around. I've just never maybe had a reason to dive into it like this before. Probably because now working at this job where I'm here throughout the day when a lot of the stuff is going on, right?
Yeah.
So
Like,
I think it's been quite good.
I've watched Gem to watch the Hardy Cup.
Oh, nice.
Or the Mitchell Bowl.
Yeah.
U Sports Western Final, Eastern Final. The Vanier Cup has been on there. So I've logged in to watch
And
that.
I realize I might sound silly here because a lot of people are saying, I've been watching it for years. I know it's been around for years. I just haven't myself used it that much.
Well, and this is a good point by Alberta All Day 25. It's like he likes the crossover of the media, because it's not just like, well, we can't show this
because they all pitched in for the rights.
The
right?
rights are all there. It's not a Sportsnet camera crew. It's not a TSN camera crew. It's an Olympic camera crew.
Right.
So they all pay into the pool for the rights to it, and it gets shared across the platforms. That is nice. What's kind of, Reid, I'll say it, I've never worked in Olympics in this role. It is very tight on we can't show anything.
No, you can't show anything. Can't use audio.
We can't, highlights, lowlights on the EST afternoons, or if you wanted to show that trip that didn't get called, or, yacht, whatever you.
Yeah, you can't even put
do.
courtesy CBC. It's like, no, you can't use it.
Right.
Yeah. I'll quickly tell you something else as well, because I never got to talk about this on air. Because I've had last Friday off. Last Thursday night, I went and saw Death of a Salesman at the Citadel.
Oh, right.
Really good play.
And did he?
Yeah, he died. But it's like, oh my God, is that a harsh, depressing work of art? Because I think at some point I'd read it or studied it or watched there's a movie with Dustin Hoffman.
Sure.
And I'm like, it starts off bleak and gets worse. It's not one of those tragedies where it's like, going along, and then you kind of maybe 2/3 of the way in, you realize I don't think this is going to go well. You will see a movie or a play or read a book like that. You're like, this is taken. It starts bad and it takes you down deep into the whole. So my friend and I watched it. We were walking out and we're like it's good. The performance was good. It's like a brilliant play. I mean, it was written in the late 40s and it's still relevant. But I was like, it's the feel-bad show of the year. And again, not a reflection of the Citadel or the director or the performance, but just the material, the journey of the characters. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how long was it?
It was 3 hours. There was, I think it was, what was it? The second act was actually longer than the first act. And I think the intermission was 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least they gave you an intermission. You have to.
Yeah, but when you're walking out, you're just like, my Lord. Like,
well, okay. Is that entertaining? Like, to me, I'm sorry. I don't know that I'd pay to be brought into that sort of a mood. I mean, acting aside, play aside, but like,
well, you got to realize, like, okay, what's happening here?
Yeah.
What are the actors? And like live theater with something that tragic. Like,
I guess that's like why I don't watch
like it ends
horror
with
movies.
Willie's wife, like just wailing on the stage by his grave. Like,
right. Yeah, not really.
But
uplifting.
then afterwards, my friend and I discussed, like, okay, like that was interesting. Well, that's still relevant. Like it was written in the late 40s by Arthur Miller.
Still holds up.
So anyway, quick thoughts on Death of a Salesman from last week. Because I forgot to talk about
it's not that way for all salesmen. I can tell you that.
No, it is a type. I hope not.
I hope not.
Because then there shouldn't be sales. Well, there wouldn't be any salesmen left.
That's correct.
If that's how it went.
That's correct.
All right. Back to some Olympic hockey talk with Perry Pearn in a couple minutes.
2 guys and a goalie.
Is Olympic gold bigger than a Stanley Cup?
That's a good question. For me personally, no. But I grew up in North America. I mean, even if you ask some of the Swedish players, Finnish players, Czech players, they might look at as Olympic gold more important because that's what they grew up thinking about a lot of the time. But I'm going to hire it.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our espresso martinis and our cracked pepper and sea salt dry ribs. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada snowboarder Mark McMorris.
Thank you for your continued support, Canada. It's an honor to represent our country. Keep cheering loud, Canada. We feel it. Thank you, Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada ski cross racer Rhys Howden.
Being able to represent a country that has done everything to support my dreams is unreal. To stand on the podium and represent Canada, I don't take it for granted at all.
Sentinel Storage, proud partner of Team Canada.
Canada had to settle for silver in the women's hockey final, losing 2-1 in overtime to the Americans. Megan Keller scoring the game-winning goal. Christian O'Neill, the only marker for Canada. And tomorrow at 8:40, the men's squad plays Finland in the semis to try and punch their ticket to the gold medal game. Curling News men's squad faces Britain for gold Saturday, after getting past Norway 5-4, needing extras for that one. To the women's rink, Rachel Homan's crew draws Sweden tomorrow in the semis. It's USA-Switzerland on the other sheet. Back in North America, the Raptors, they tip off with the Bulls at 6-9. Other games around the association with 4 games about to get underway, including the Hawks and 76ers tipping off. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Curling victory for the Canadian men in the semifinal over Norway. Mark Kennedy, local guy, the third for Brad Jacobs. They win in an extra end, 5-4. So they play Great Britain for gold on Saturday at 11. Silver for the Canadian women in hockey, an incredible overtime game against the United States. And, of course, the Canadian men in a semifinal tomorrow at 8:40 against Finland. And to discuss some of those storylines, we are going to go right to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. I am pleased to welcome to the show Perry Pearn. Perry, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Reid, and nice to meet you, Jay.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on. I say to Jay, I get to see you up at the rink a lot, and of course, you've been on my shows in the past. There's a lot of ways to introduce you because you've been coaching for a long time and you've done a lot of great things. I mean, I first heard about you, as a kid and seeing Nate win all those titles. But there is a portion of your career, a couple years back in 2018-19 with the Canadian women's national team. So that's part of your history. I'll start generally. What did you think of today's game?
Well, I thought, from Canada's perspective, it was a tremendous effort because, I watched them play the U.S. when they were here, when the two teams played here in Edmonton in December before Christmas. And there was a huge gap between the Canadian team and the Americans. And I think, you even saw that in the round robin game between Canada and the U.S. And today I felt like they did a tremendous job of adjusting to what the U.S. did really well, took some of that stuff away from them and really pushed them to their limits in order for the U.S. to win. But, clearly coming into the game, I thought U.S. was a real clear favorite.
Because I want to get to why there is that gap, but I want to get another thought on today's game because I started the show by reading a tweet and referring to some other comments I've seen that some people are like, well, the Canadian women played too safe. There was no way they were going to win. And my take is more like they played how they had to play to compete with that team. And it almost worked. Like it needed a 6-on-5 goal to tie the game. Do you buy into that Canada was a little too conservative, or did they play as committed as they could?
I think they played a fantastic game based on the results that they've had over the course of the year. Do I think that they, maybe could have finished on some opportunities that they had? Yes. But, I think this U.S. team is maybe the best U.S. team they've ever had.
Oh, wow. Okay. So and Megan Mickelson was on the show yesterday, and she said it's the largest gap that she's seen, USA to Canada. Is that just part of the cycle, or is that maybe concerning that the United States is just doing a lot of things better in terms of women's hockey?
Well, I think it's concerning. I do think you have to recognize that the U.S., has a bigger player pool, and they're going to have a bigger player pool going forward. Winning a gold in the Olympics is going to spur a whole bunch more young women to move on and want to play the game. Canada is still doing very well at the under 18 level. That's the feeder part of the program. And now I think, one of the key things is what kind of coaching are these women going to get in the PWHL that's going to help them become better players for their countries? And I think you're already seeing, from some of the other countries that having the opportunity to play in the PWHL has improved, their own national teams. I think this was a more competitive tournament than they've had at the Olympics for quite some time.
Perry Pearn joining us on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. So breaking down some thoughts, good perspective there on the Canadian and the U.S. women. I mean, we got to ask you about the men's side as well. I mean, I first of all, so like Jay and I are doing the show yesterday. Sweden and U.S. go to overtime while we're on air after these other overtime games. An incredible day of hockey. And I just want to get your perspective on that Canada-Czechia game. I mean, credit to Czechia, right, for standing in there, playing physical, but Canada still figures out a way to overcome all that.
Well, I think what the whole tournament says is that we want to see best on best hockey more often. I mean, yesterday's slate of games, take away the first game, Germany and Slovakia, the next 3 games were tremendous hockey games. And, every one of those countries in those 6 countries in those 3 games are very close to one another. And on a given day, when you play a 1-game set, it's easy to potentially create that upset. And I mean, all 3 games had the kind of excitement that, everybody looks for in the game of hockey, and it's done at the highest level by the best players. And so I think that's, for me, the biggest takeaway from the Olympics is how good the hockey's been. And I think there's no givens for any of the top teams.
So, Jay has some great ice time stats because, I mean, you live here. I know you travel a lot, but you live here. So the whole McDavid, Draisaitl usage, overusage, together, not together. So what was the top ice time from yesterday?
Yeah, so the highest ice time was Makar at 26:41, McKinnon 22:43, McDavid 21:48, Taves at 22:33, and Harley at 20:55. Those were the only 5 players that played over 20 minutes.
And he cut Wilson, Marchand, and Hagel down to under 10 minutes. So, how fascinating is it for you as a coach to see this all-star, beyond all-star team, but yet in game the coach still says, no, you're not cutting it today.
Well, I think that's what coaching's all about. And if you don't do it well, instead of death of a salesman, it's death of a coach. And they're writing a play about that. So, John Cooper's proven himself in terms of, the quality of coach he is. And I think, that's been an advantage over time for, Canadians. I think, the coaches understand the game as well or better in North America than anywhere else in the world. And so managing the bench and getting the right players on the ice at the right time and seeing who's going and who's not going and making sure those people are on the ice is, part of the art of being a great coach on the bench.
We see McDavid all the time following the Oilers. I've seen Celebrini a bit, but I'm just like, my goodness, this guy looks like he's already played a few hundred games in the NHL. What details do you see from Celebrini that allow him to already play at that level?
Well, one of the things that sticks out is the quickness of his release when he gets a pass. And then what goes hand in hand with that is his understanding of the game to get into the right spot so that he gets that pass and can use that quick release. And then the other thing, he's a very, very good skater. And, in today's game, if you can't move, it's a lot harder to play the game. It doesn't mean you can't play it, but it's much, much harder. So I think his hockey IQ, it probably starts off, and then his skill set of, is being able to release the puck. And, I've only seen him, real up close here in the Olympics. I've, watched the odd game on TV where he's played, but haven't, really, really seen him. But his eye-hand coordination obviously is, world class. And, I remember being in Vancouver and watching the Sedins tip pucks. And, somebody would shoot 30 pucks from the point, and it didn't matter which brother, each of them would tip 29 of the 30 pucks. And, I think Celebrini has that kind of eye-hand coordination as well. So, I think he's going to be a great player for a long time.
Do you think, or maybe I can just get your perspective on how you handled these situations, you make in-game adjustments. Somebody like Tom Wilson, who was on the top line, gets demoted for a game. Do you think Cooper comes? Now, I know the Crosby situation could throw a wrench into these, but do you think he comes out and says, no, I'm going back to the lines I had to give those guys a chance to play? Or do you think he's like, no, it's a semifinal, I got to keep riding the hot guys from the last game?
I think what he'll do is take a look at what they think, Finland brings to the table, figure out, what they need to do to stop them, and he'll set his lineup around that. I think that, one of the things though as a coach and I think that probably from his perspective, it'll be the other thing that he'll make his decision on, is that you want to make your players believe that you're better, that you're organized, you're prepared, and you can win. And so I think a lot of times staying away from making a lot of changes is the best way to go into the game. And then if you have to make changes, you make your changes once the game has started. You read the game and you see where it's at, and then you go from there. So I think, he may stay very close to the lines that he started with, against Czechia, given, Crosby's situation being like the wrench in the mix.
Perry Pearn joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show, courtesy of the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Perry, I'm just going to ask you outright, how did you end up becoming the head coach of the men's national hockey team from China?
So I guess after, I left the NHL, I had, several international jobs. I had the first job was with the Canadian women's team. I went to the Olympics in Pyeongchang, and then I went to Russia with Bill Peters to the KHL. And when I came back from that, Rick Carriere, who is a good friend and played for me at NAIT, we coached together at NAIT. He was coaching Japan, and I got involved coaching Japan, had 2 years there, and had some success, which I think, put me on the radar, I think, internationally a little bit. And when I got done with Japan, I wound up getting invited to go with Italy to the World Championships that were in Bolzano in Italy. And right after working for Italy, it became apparent to all the coaches that coached in that World Championship that we weren't going to be back with Italy. I got a call from the coach who had coached China, a North American coach who got a job in the American Hockey League, and asked me outright, would I be interested in coaching China? You want to put my name forward for the job? And initially I was kind of hesitant. I didn't know whether I wanted to, do the overseas thing again. And so I wanted to know a little bit more about it. Found out that I would be able to hire some of the coaching staff and some of my staff. And so that made it a little bit more attractive to me. I looked into how they'd done, and I knew they weren't as good as Japan. I kind of thought about whether we could have some success. And then at the end of the summer, I decided, well, rather than sitting around, let's see what we can do with this. And so I jumped on the adventure. And when I got to China, I was wondering if I made the right decision, because the first few weeks was pretty rough in terms of the quality of what we saw on the ice, in terms of some of the simple things that you have to do to become a good hockey team. But we've certainly grown from there, and I have to say it's been a good experience. I've worked with some really good people, and the people I work with from China, the players, the management, have been outstanding.
We had a player from your team and interviewed him right on this show. You guys were doing a tour, I believe, throughout Canada, or at least Western Canada. What do you, as a coach, want to get out of a tour like that, bringing that team over here and playing hockey around Western Canada?
The players who grow up playing in China, like a lot of them start out with an individual coach, do individual skills, stick handling, puck, not a lot of passing, lots of skating. And so they wind up, they can, shoot, they can stick handle, and they can skate. But they haven't played anywhere near the number of games that, young North American players have played. They lack in a lot of cases the key elements of hockey sense. And so the only way you can get that is experiencing, playing better games. And unfortunately, the pro league that exists in China, which the majority of the Chinese players who are based in China play in, is not good enough. It's just way too easy for them. And so coming to North America and playing some hard games, playing some games where we get banged around a little bit, playing games against bigger guys is really important, because we play teams in the World Championship like Romania, Lithuania is big. Even teams like Spain and Croatia have some big, strong guys. And, we have to learn and understand how to play against those kind of guys. So this experience for us, I think, was invaluable. I think it's going to make a lot of the players who came on the trip a lot better. And it's certainly, I think, going to make us better as a team.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that was Simon Chen. I double-checked the name. He was, and you introduced him to me at an Oilers game. He was an awesome interview. Very passionate guy, so that was really cool. Perry, love having you on the show. Great perspective. Thanks for sharing your experience with the Chinese national team as well. You mentioned death of a salesman and death of a coach. While you were talking about that, they were replaying the mountaineering event from earlier today, where you got to climb uphill and then you slide down. That's kind of like a coaching career too.
Yeah, yes, it is.
You're the best. I'll see you around the rink soon, Perry.
All right, we'll see you at an Oiler game.
Perry Pearn checking in on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. So that was good. I mean, he thought Canada played hard today in the women's game. He said a little concerning maybe about the gap. Is this part of the cycle, or is it going in this direction? He seemed a little bit like, Canada maybe has to catch up a little bit here.
Well, and bigger draw, no question, coming from the U.S. And now that they are essentially exerting dominance over Team Canada, that's only going to propel that draw in the U.S. It's the factor that you see happen when, I don't know, Canada wins a mountaineering medal.
Right.
Well, kids around the world or around Canada are going to find out more about mountaineering.
Yeah.
So it's a byproduct of having success. It breeds more success.
Good to have Perry Pearn on the show. Yeah, excellent guy. I mean, just an incredible coaching career and still going strong with the Chinese national team. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Gaming made easy anytime, anywhere. With Play Alberta, you have a full casino experience right at your fingertips. Play from your home tablet, or computer. Play from your phone, tablet, or computer. Or from your home, really.
Sure.
Whenever works for you.
Or from your workplace.
Yeah, or who would do that? Download the Play Alberta app today and get started. Play smart, play local. Remember to use your game sense. All right, we're going into the final half hour of the show. I will tell you this. We are 2 thumbs away from 100 on YouTube. So if you've not clicked the thumbs up on our YouTube stream, please do so. And let's get over 100 here and see how high we can go. We're going to have our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week in a couple minutes. And, of course, Words of the Day for Edmonton Public Library. Here's Coop.
Canada had to settle for silver in the women's hockey final, losing 2-1 in overtime to the Americans. Megan Keller scoring the game winner. Christian O'Neill, the only marker for Canada. And at 8:40, the men's squad plays Finland, trying to book their ticket to the gold medal game. Curling, News men's squad faces Britain for gold Saturday after getting past Norway 5-4, needing extras to the women's rink. Rachel Holman's crew draws Sweden tomorrow in the semis. It's USA-Switzerland on the other sheet. Other Olympic action tomorrow, men's aerials and halfpipe qualifications go overnight. A total of 7 Canadians competing between those two events. Aerials with 4, halfpipe with 3. Back overseas, it's the Raptors prepping for the Bulls. Tip-off for that game at 6 o'clock, and there's 4 games live right now, including the Rockets and Hornets nearing the end of the first quarter. Charlotte up 26-18 in that one. The Athlete of the Week up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
the oil stream.
For Knobloch, he was with them last year, and then he's gone, and now you're going to Knobloch saying, hey, man, we're going to put Koff back on the bench because we don't believe in you. And honestly, you can paint this picture however you want. This is an ultimate vote of lack of confidence in Chris Knobloch. I mean, it just is.
You didn't think he was on the hot seat before?
The oil stream presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Edmonton. Be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Looking by Texas, ain't nobody feel no pain.
Hear the story of Waylon Jennings through story, song, and multimedia performance March 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino.
The only way they know how.
Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, awesome to have Perry Pearn on the show, and we have another incredible guest set to join us right now. She is the Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. Pasta Pantry for over 30 years in Sherwood Park. Pasta Pantry serving hot, delicious comfort food made right in their kitchen. They do it fast so you can slow down. When you go to Pasta Pantry, you're one of the family. Check out Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the pregame meal. And I'm pleased to welcome to the show Keely Brown. Keely, you're on with Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thanks for coming on. There are so many ways we could go with you because you've done some incredible stuff. I want to start though, and if people are on YouTube, we're going to put up a picture of it. You've invented something. I understand.
I have, yes.
Okay,
yes.
So this is I'll let you describe it. If people are on YouTube, they can see it. It's a sort of a glove, isn't it? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, so I'm a goalie in ringette, and I've played ringette for a number of years now. I'm not going to say how many, and that might give away my true age, but ringette had a need for ringette goalies. When the ring comes in our crease, we have 5 seconds to pass the ring out of our crease, so I helped create a ringette goalie trapper. And since I'm kind of well known in ringette as a ringette goalie, I've been on the national team for a number of years and coach and things like that. So it's called the Keely ringette goalie trapper. So I am an object as well as a person.
So this is named after you. So this is incredible. How long did it take you to come up with this? And can you describe a game situation where you were like, my God, I need one of these. I need to just invent something.
Yes. Well, I started playing ringette in Ontario with a little itty bitty, like a little ski mitt almost. And as you get older, the shots get harder. And so then I switched to a hockey trapper. And then with the hockey trapper, I had to tuck my stick under my arm and throw the ring out with my blocker. So that took a fair bit of time. And then a company back in Ontario, they were making roller hockey equipment with McKenny for me for the national team. So I'm on the national team for inline hockey as well. And so I talked with them and they said, hey, we're interested in making something for ringette. Is there anything goalies need for ringette? And I said, if you can help design something, we can make the save. So it needs to be the size of a regular trapper, but we need a bit of a glove so that we can throw the ring out quickly. And the Keely Pro there, it's got a little bit extra padding in the fingers. We have a couple designs and I sell it through my website and it's kind of cool. So ringette goalies, little kids, even my daughter, she's a goalie. They use the Keely all across Canada.
So has this become the standard piece of equipment now? Like, would every ringette goalie wear this?
Yeah, it's one of the most preferred options as far as I'm aware and as far as I promote, but it's neat. It gives ringette goalies a feeling that they have something specific just to our sport that's just for us. And yeah, from even all the way to Finland. And I sold one to the goalie for Finland, for Sweden, for the national team for Sweden. And so yeah, it's kind of international now, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Well, and I got to say, I mean, having it named the Keely, I mean, it just sounds perfect. It's a great name.
It's kind of cool, yeah. So my team, I still play. My team keeps me pretty humble, and they don't let my head get too big for that one. So,
well, as Reid said, like I don't even know where to begin. If you look at your career and the things you've done, it's amazing. So I'm just going to go for the sake of informing our listeners and our viewers. Okay, from 2000 to 2012, you were the goaltender for Team Canada for ringette. You were the longest serving goalkeeper in ringette Canada's national team history. You won a gold in 2002, silver in 2000, 2004, 2007, 2010. Multiple honors throughout that. And then you're also a goalie in inline hockey. So you won the first ever women's inline hockey championship in 2002. You played with the national team in inline hockey for 10 years. You won 3 world championships. You're inducted into the Ringette Canada Hall of Fame in 2014, inducted into the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame in 2018. Like, why are we talking to you? I like, you seem way above us. This is fantastic. But I want to ask you, I mean, you played Ringette on the national team. You played inline on the national team, obviously both as a goaltender. How did you do both those things at the same time?
Well, they're slightly different seasons. So I also played ice hockey. I played in the NWHL and University of Toronto, and the last of the great dual sport athletes. So I did play the 3 sports and traveled the world basically. And now I get to coach as well. So coaching at the national team level and coaching all the way down to my 2 kids in ice hockey and ringette. And I've got my son is joining inline hockey this year for Edmonton Inline too. So I'm pretty excited about both ends.
So where are you right now? Because I know the answer, but I want you to tell everybody what you just came off of.
Yeah, so I'm at Silent Ice down here in Nisku, and we just had a U11 swap practice with my son's team. So they're upstairs at the summit there. I think I have a beer waiting for me, but they're having pizza, and I just popped out, found a quiet corner, and made sure we got this done.
Well, whatever you're getting after is well-deserved. This is Keely Brown, our Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week. I want to ask you a question. You played ringette for Team Canada, as I said, the longest tenured goaltender. Ringette Canada's national team history. You played goalie for Team Canada inline hockey. Where do you think, or what do you think about ringette right now, considering the explosion of women's hockey? How do you see that as somebody that's played ringette, from a young age?
I think it's the way it's always been is you find a niche in your sport. And if you can play more than one sport, that's excellent, or at least winter and spring and different activities. But ringette has its own really strong following of good support in the community. And it's a really neat team sport, and it's really, really fast on ice. So what we always do with the parents of the younger kids is we say, come watch the NRL. So come watch the National Ringette League, you watch the Edmonton Wham, the Edmonton Rush, you watch all these amazing, amazing athletes at the top level of our sport of ringette. And then when they see that, then they see, well, this is a really good game. there's no body checking, but there's a heck of a lot of body contact. And it's really the shots. So it's 3-on-3 in the zone, but the shots and the goals is like lacrosse on ice. It's so fast and it's fascinating to watch. So really strong following. And it's good that any female sport is getting credibility. So National Ringette League, it's on the All Women's Sports Network it is. So it's getting more credibility that way, and it's getting a pretty good internet following too.
Okay, so is there, I mean, you played almost everything, as you've been telling us. In this day and age, is there a lot of crossover? Would a young woman play ringette and ice hockey, or are they quote-unquote forced to choose, you know?
Yeah, I think any sport these days, once you get older, from what I hear, like high school, even just playing a high school sport versus playing a AAA or a AA level community sport, it's really hard to play more than one activity. I'm still hoping my kids play at least a winter and then a spring and a summer, and we don't just play one sport year round, because I think it was Wayne Gretzky or Messi or somebody, but if you play multi-sport, you learn more and more things for your own sport. So I would play inline all summer. I wouldn't touch my ice skates at all. And I'm still learning skills that I would bring over to ringette. And then I get tired of my ringette team, I go play hockey. And then I get tired of my hockey team and I go play ringette. Like, it's nice to have the variety, but it's tricky to juggle everything, especially these days.
Yeah. Well, Keely, you've juggled a lot, and you're still obviously going strong. Absolutely incredible what you've done with ringette and other sports. Incredible that you invented the Keely.
That's amazing. Yes,
the glove. What would we call it? The trapper.
Ringette goalie trapper.
Right. Like just amazing stuff. We have somebody who goes by the initials of QP as well, to thank you for making the connection with us. She's a friend of Edmonton Sports Talk too. So congratulations on being the Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe when you come by and you could pick up your gift certificate, you maybe bring in the Keely. I'd love to see this thing in person if you do have one, and obviously we'd love to both meet you in person as well. But yes, you've won a gift certificate to Past the Pantry out in Sherwood Park, as well as a custom Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week hat. You better hold that tight to the chest when you're around your kids. They're going to want to steal it. But thank you so much for taking time. Whatever is waiting you in the restaurant at Silent Ice Center is more than deserved. Thank you, Keely Brown.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to the meals. Thanks.
Yeah, right on. Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week. You can submit your nominations for the Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week. You can email J at edmontonsportstalk.com, or you can go on our website, edmontonsportstalk.com, and fill out the submission form. Now that you and I and everybody listening feels like we've done nothing with our lives. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Like, how does she have the time? What? Like, talk about great athlete, time management all-star. Like, now coaching her kids and other teams. That was just remarkable.
When she was at the University of Toronto, just to add on, she studied psychology and criminology before pursuing a career in law.
Yeah, she's a lawyer, practicing lawyer nowadays. Like,
some people get it all.
Yeah.
And like what? Okay.
I'm just eating chips when I get home.
Yeah. I don't have anything called the Milner. I needed a piece of equipment called the Milne.
We got to invest. She was remarkable. That's why we love that segment. Thanks to Past the Pantry for being on board with that. And Keely Brown, very deserving to be the Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week. In the Nasty Chat, Nate the Builder. Remember him?
I know that's Benny's dad.
He says, I know you guys aren't talking about this right now, but ski mountaineering is on CBC, and it's insane. The conditioning for this is absolutely nuts. Yeah, we saw a little. Our screen is frozen here, Coob. So I don't know if we need to reset that or just shut it off if we're not getting anything right now. But yeah, so this is the one where it's you climb, but it's not. I thought it was going to be more like mountain climbing.
It's like a course.
It's like uphill skiing. Basically, there's like in little obstacles you got to go around. There were stairs at one point, and then you get up there, and then you got to ski down and try to win.
Fantastic.
Well, I think the weirdest part of it, though, the stairs is up there, but just the fact that it wasn't straight ahead. At first, you just went up the slope.
Yeah, and then you go around these obstacles.
Yeah, and then there's certain shapes.
Like, how tired can we make you?
Go through. Yeah. I was tired halfway through it, and then they had to go down the hill.
Well, yeah, I actually literally text my wife and I said, you got to turn this on. Like, because we were obviously in doing interviews, so we were not watching that. But I said during the break, turn this on. The girls are going to love it. Because this is something totally
And wasn't
new.
it snowing too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was so
add that to the
foggy.
mix.
Like the conditions that they would
If it
want for
wasn't
this.
hard enough, let's throw you in a blizzard.
Yeah.
One of was hilarious. One of the guys were like they're neck and neck, and then the second they hit the stairs, they took off their skis. One guy tripped up the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
And then
That would be me.
Oh, yeah, we
you
were
gotta
watching that
pull off
earlier.
the- you got to pull off the cover because
Your
it's not
ski
just
cover,
normal
yeah.
skis. So they have the cover on the bottom so you don't slip.
This is our off-topic topic for William Huff, combining two sports. The Olympics did it.
Yes.
Running uphill and then skiing.
Yeah.
Dun, da, da, da.
We did it.
We did it, everybody. Yeah. So much for you and your
Wow.
shooting baskets while riding a horse, the idea that I had. We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. UFC 326 is live Saturday, March 7th at the Canadian Brewhouse. Catch every punch, enjoy ice cold drinks and nonstop action. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your house. I'll tell you what, you guys have done a great job. We're over 100 thumbs on the YouTube stream, but if you haven't given us a thumbs up, or some people just check in here near the end, they're getting home from work, getting off work, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Let's see how high we can get today. Words of the day is still ahead too. Here comes the Cube with a sports update.
Canada had to settle for a silver medal in women's ice hockey, losing 2-1 in overtime to the Americans in the gold medal game. Megan Keller scoring the game winner. Christian O'Neill, the only marker for Canada. And at 8:40 tomorrow, the men's squad plays Finland in the semis, trying to book their ticket to the gold medal game. Curling news, the men's squad faces Britain for gold Saturday after getting past Norway 5-4, needing extras to the women's rink. Rachel Homan's crew draws Sweden tomorrow in the semis. It's USA-Switzerland on the other sheet. Other Olympic action tomorrow, men's aerials and halfpipe qualifications goes overnight. A total of 7 Canadians competing between those two events. Aerials with 4, halfpipe with 3. And back in North America, the Raptors tip off with the Bulls at 6 o'clock. 4 games are live right now in the association. Cavaliers up 38-18 over the Nets early in the second. We also see the Hawks dancing with the 76ers. That's 28-26 in favor of Atlanta entering the second quarter. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show brings us back following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Afternoons.
There's a chain of command that follows. Does this worry you as an organization that everyone's maybe not on the same page?
Yeah, it's not the most encouraging thing, especially for us, like you guys said, a Stanley Cup contending team. You would hope that everyone would be completely behind each other, all thinking the same thing. But there's some proven results with Coffee in the defensive
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Looking by Texas, ain't nobody feel no pain.
Hear the story of Waylon Jennings through story, song, and multimedia performance March 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino.
The only way they know how.
Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
The road to the FIFA World Cup runs through Edmonton. See Canada Soccer's men's national team before they take on the world this summer. Canada versus Uzbekistan. June 1st, 7 p.m., Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
All right, always great to hear from you guys, the Nasties, all day long here at Edmonton Sports Talk. One way you can reach us is texting 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. They're turning 20 this year, so they're going to celebrate until October 26th. Whole bunch of stuff. Over $1 million in prizes, including 9 brand new cars, 56 winners of $1,000 in cash. Go to rivercreeresort.com. The off-topic topic for William Huff, combining Olympic sports. How about this from Jay Phillips? I would like to see a mix of any of the big airs that go straight into a dive pool. Don't they practice by going into pools? Or do they practice by going into mats?
I think I saw a clip from Australia that the Australian team trains with pools.
I thought I saw a pool as well, yeah.
That'd be awkward. And it could hurt.
I guess
if, because you land on a slope in these events for the most part. You don't land flat.
Oh, yeah, good point.
So...
What were we watching yesterday? Was this specifically called? It was a snowboarding, and they were going down the hill and doing jumps, but on some of the jumps, they went off that metal pipe-looking thing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't know the term.
Slope style.
Slope style.
Yeah, snowboarding.
I found that
style.
very impressive.
They send it. I mean, they're going. They're going fast.
They must be going faster than the half pipe, but I guess the half pipe, they have the height. Or the height, as some would say.
Slows you down. Speaking of the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, this one comes in from Normology.
Uh-oh.
Our good friend Normology. He says, Keely is awesome. I used to coach with her. Well-deserved athlete of the week. He says, also adds that the skating is so much better in ringette.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, and Abutski chiming in on the off-topic topic for William Huff. Again, he says, my suggestion of downhill curling is there for the taking.
Downhill curling. There we go.
Now that's just target practice, right?
Well, it could be ski jump curling. Like you got to release the rock down the ramp and still aim it and get it to drop in the right spot.
Yeah, it'd be hard on the ice.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, it'd be hard on the ice.
Just cracking the ice all along. Good. Incredible hockey game today. Unfortunately, Canada had to settle for silver. 5-4, right? Was Canada over Norway in the curling? We were following both the best we could. So nobody, it was all singles.
Yes.
But then Norway got 2 in the 10th to tie it. And then the Canadian team played a really good 10th end.
Really solid 10th.
So they didn't even have to throw their final stone. No. Norway missed a shot, but we should say, for people who didn't see it, the shot the Norway skip missed, it was not like, he screwed up a draw to the 8 foot.
No,
and
it was
he
a very
had to make
shot.
Like an
angled raise.
Angled raise, yeah.
To take out Canada's shot stone. So he had to raise one of his
he was
stones
coming
into
in off
onto the button to take out one of Canada's stones. He hit it a little thin, so it sent it low. and he missed the shot stone match.
Right. So the Canada stone was right there near the
It's been
button.
entertaining curling.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Do you feel, Reid, that the level of curling worldwide has like grown exponentially
over
in our lifetime?
20, 25 years.
Yeah.
Certainly in our lifetime.
I would say so.
Because there aren't many.
It used to be.
Like, were there any even lopsided games at the Olympics? Because sometimes still at Worlds you might see, it was 12-2 and they shook hands as soon as they could. But
yeah, I mean, I've just been following Canada, but it used to be a cakewalk.
Right.
You can,
or there'd be 2 or 3 teams.
Sure. Canada's in the medal round.
Yeah.
It used to be. But like, no.
Homan had to like win today to
she
get
had to
in.
buckle down to get in.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Let's do Words of the Day for Edmonton Public Library, and focusing on their intellectual freedom campaign. EPL stands up for your right to explore every topic, every belief, and every opinion without censorship. Learn more about how EPL protects your freedom to read at intellectualfreedom.ca. EPL's website, epl.ca.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Okay, Reid, first word of the day, vertiginous.
Oh,
vertiginous.
Okay, I think I can figure out the spelling because you tell me to trust myself.
I do.
I don't know if I know what this one means. I think I have I mean, I might have a vowel wrong, but I think I'll be close.
Okay.
Virtiginous. Vertiginous.
So close.
So is there an A in there?
Ver.
Oh, it's V-E-R?
V-E-R.
Oh, I never would have thought that. Okay.
V-E-R-T-I.
I thought maybe one of the other I's could be an A or an E.
G-I-N-O-U-S. Vertiginous.
All right. I'm going to take a stab at this one and make me think of vertigo. Does this have to do with extreme heights or the fear of or something to do with an extreme drop-off or something like that?
Yes, but what happens when you
get dizzy? Yeah, you get dizzy. So it's dizziness.
Yeah, you did it. I'm surprised you tied in the heights to it, because the actual definition is a formal adjective used to describe something that causes or is likely to cause a feeling of dizziness, especially because of great height.
Oh, so you nailed it. I should have even been more obvious with it because I didn't work in the vertigo angle.
Well, vertigo can happen anywhere.
But I said it reminds me of vertigo.
Right.
So if I'm lobbying for a full point, I should say, well, Jay, I didn't mention vertigo.
No, but then it was fantastic.
I don't know if
you're getting full points.
Okay, I'll take it.
Like in a sentence, as a window washer for some of the city's tallest skyscrapers, Victor had to quickly master working at vertiginous heights. There you go. Second word of the day, syllogism. Syllogism.
Holy crap. Now, there's a couple different ways I think this could go already. Syllogism?
Syllogism.
Okay, I'm going to write down the obvious way. I don't think that's right.
It's not.
I think it has this. That might
It's
not.
not.
That's not right either. Syllogism. Oh, I think I know the last 3 letters.
Yeah.
Syllogism?
Syllogism.
Oh, man. I really have to think about this one. Syllogism.
Think of the first 4 letters the first 4 letters of syllabus. That might.
Oh, crap. Well, I still don't know if I should have thought of that. I'm embarrassed now. Syllagism.
Syllogis.
I had 2 L's and another possibility. I was wondering if it started with a P, a silent P before the S.
Syllogism.
So say it again, please.
Syllogism. Syllogism.
Sorry, can you spell it again?
Sylllogism.
Oh, wow. So it isn't. I look at all the different combinations I have.
Yeah, that puts you in a little bit of a pretzel. Sorry to do that.
So I will say this is syllogism. So this makes me think of something similar. I will say that these are phrases that have similar meanings.
Ooh. Okay. I can work with this. Here's the actual definition, okay? Syllogism, and be ready. Syllogism refers to a formal argument in logic that is formed by two statements and a conclusion which must be true if the two statements are true.
Well, that's not what I meant at all, but
the two statements, you know?
Yeah, but I didn't really.
So here's an example of syllogism. All men are mortal. No gods are mortal. Therefore, no men are gods.
So it's like a logic deduction almost.
Almost.
I don't think I got it. That's a hell of a word, though. Those are both good words.
You asked
today.
for it. 1 out of 4, bro.
1 out of 4.
Happy long weekend.
Didn't I spell? Oh,
Yep.
no, I didn't.
You didn't spell.
I just got the point. Ah, well.
Vertiginous. All that well.
So I'm off tomorrow. Wannock's in. These guys are going to have a great show talking about the hockey semifinals and who knows what else. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid. Take care.